We're good. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Underground Sports Pod. I'm here by myself, lonely in the studio. Jeffrey McNeil, along with me is Austin Yelton, De'Aaron Yelton, and Uncle Dustin. Dustin Yelton is here with us. We're here to talk about. I think first thing we got to talk about. Y'all want to talk about the Boston Celtics trade? And De'Aaron, it's actually not the way I told you. It's actually 10 times worse because I read it wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's 10 times worse than what I thought. But here's my thing. They got the big man that led the league in field goal percentages. I mean, he's a double machine. He was averaging a triple double in G League. So the Oklahoma City Thunder wind up signing him to the official roster, and he led the league in field goal percentage. I remember I think the last game of the season he had 19 points, 17 rebounds, and was 6 for 6 from the field. So and I'm talking about Miles Brown. Moses Brown. He's the guy that really, I like him a lot. He's just another young piece to a Boston Celtics team that I've said for many times in the podcast is one piece away from championships. So, but
that's not the reason they made the trade though. The trade was made because they had to get out of Kemba Walker's contract.
Yeah.
So bringing in Al Horford, they cut their payroll literally by Al Horford's contract to compare to Kemba Walker's contract. You're talking Al Horford's 2 years. I think it's like 33 something like guaranteed with all his incentives and everything per. And Kemba Walker was sitting on a 2-year, $78 million deal. So you literally cut that in half.
Well, what was said,
where you can make moves. Now they can make moves in the offseason once they hire a coach.
Exactly. That's what I was going to talk about. I think it's a W trade for both sides. I love the trade, and here's why. Because I saw now the Celtics are $73 million free that they can spend because look. Bradley Beal wants to leave. Russell Westbrook, it's a million pieces that are going to be moving this offseason. Now it's going to we might see signing trades. We're going to see a lot of good free agents this year. It's a lot of things that can happen. They just freed up money to potentially grab one of those guys or grab multiple pieces.
If they don't, they really fucked up giving up that number 16 pick.
Yeah, exactly.
If they don't sign somebody in the offseason that can come in and change that franchise and get the coach that they need, they really messed up by giving up that number 16 pick.
Yeah, and
that's the part of the trade that's up in the air. If they bring in the piece because they have the money, there's multiple guys that's wanting out of certain cities that are going to be available.
Right, and
if they bring in that piece and they move on into the playoffs or something, then that number 16 pick's not going to be that big of a deal.
Exactly, but that's not. You probably heard me. I've said it a million times. This draft class coming in is one of the best draft classes we've seen since 2003. We know who came in the 2003 draft class.
That's what really sucks.
But to me,
players at 16. There's going to be players at 16 that could be big time.
One of my favorite players in the league is Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. That's my guy, and I personally, I'm a fan of the Thunder. I like how young the Thunder is. I like the story that the professional basketball team is younger than their college team. You know what I mean? Like they're so young. And now they get Kemba, but we know Thunder like vets. They traded away CP3, traded away Melo, Russell Westbrook's out of there, Paul George, Victor Oladipo. So Kemba need to find somewhere else to go because they don't like vets. They like staying young. But they have 3 first-round picks this July, and one of the best draft classes I've ever seen in my life. So that team could be scary good, and then it could be this year, could be in the next 2 years. We see the Thunder making splashes in the playoffs and things like that. So I think it's a big trade for them as well.
With the trade, when a player gets traded, that new team can restructure that contract.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe they restructure Kemba Walker's contract and then move him again.
Yeah. That's what I see because the Thunder don't like vets. They got rid of CP3 after a year. They got rid of Victor Oladipo. They got rid of Paul George. Russell Westbrook left. So it's like vets are out the door. Al Horford was a vet. They got rid of him. George Hill, they traded him to the 76ers. They want to be as young as they possibly can be. So I see them getting Kemba just to send him to this team to pick up a rookie or two or more draft picks for the future, and then they're right back to the youth where they were. So, yeah, that's what I see. But yeah, a lot of guys went out. And it's funny because Damian Lillard won the Kia Teammate of the Year award, and he won it, but now he's all over Twitter saying he wants to leave Portland.
Hey,
here's the thing on the Kemba Walker trade, Dad. You said that they might screw up the 16th pick, but in reality, in basketball, if you're not a lottery pick, you're kind of just it's a hope and a prayer. So the 16 pick really wouldn't cost them even if they had a bad year.
I agree with everything you said.
But
I agree with everything you said.
Also, you don't know this draft. This draft class is deep.
With this draft class,
it's guys that's going to be in the second round that's going to change programs. That's how good the draft class is.
It's insane, man. This class is like, I think I think the last thing I've seen on this class, the top 34 players literally could go number one.
Yeah. And here's the thing: there's like about to be like 20 freshmen from college that are all gonna go first round. That's 20 picks right there. And you got the 5 guys from G League that straight out of high school that are all first round potential picks. Which I'm pretty sure 3 of them are number 1 pick material. So you got all of them, and then you got the guys like what was your boy name that went to the small college who was playing big? You got guys like him who are buckets that could potentially go second round and really change the franchise. You know what I mean?
Will Roberts.
Yeah. I mean, in Ohio State has like 3 players. The 3 of their sophomores, and I think it was like 2 sophomores and a senior that could go and change franchises. So it's so many players in this whole draft class we're gonna see a lot of Kyle Kuzmas and stuff like that. Guys going late in the second round but playing big roles on teams. So
it's a deep class. So, but I think Austin, to get back to what you were saying, if they don't say Boston with the money they saved signs Lillard, okay? So basically you got Lillard for the 16th pick. That's going to make sense no matter what happens. Everybody's going to love it. It's going to be a good trade for both sides. Everything that's the only way they can get Dame. Exactly.
Austin don't like it. To me, the best piece ever is both pieces on the Wizards that want to leave are the best. If they get a Beal, they have young Peyton Pritchard, who Kemba was in his way, from Oregon, that point guard when Kemba was injured and low and going through his things when he was out. Peyton Pritchard played amazing. Marcus Smart played amazing when Kemba wasn't on the court. Maybe you bring in a Bradley Beal. You have the young point guard out there. You have Bradley Beal at the 2, Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown out there. And then you have Marcus Smart, 6 man. He plays 6 man of the year every year.
You also got to think though.
Also, another thing.
Well, you cutting out a little bit, Austin.
Jeffrey. I said Bradley Beal's under contract for the next 2 or 3 seasons, so they're gonna have to trade for Bradley Beal.
No, but yeah, Bradley Beal doesn't want to be a Wizard no more, so he's probably gonna pull the Deshaun Watsons and things like we seen that in the NBA. Guys don't want to play, so Anthony Davis,
James Harden.
They didn't want to play. They didn't want to play for that team. So they were done. They were through. They want to get traded, so they're gonna make you trade them. You know what I mean? So
right.
So,
that's what I'm saying. Like what would they have to give up to get a Bradley Beal? That's the question.
Right, because
not much because okay. Here's my thing. I don't think they give up too much because the Wizards is rebuilt. They're going to pull. I think the Wizards are going to pull Orlando Magic. They realize that they got some young pieces for the future because they do. They got Thomas Bryant. You got Avdia. You got several young guys. Rui Hachimura. You got several young guys who are future ready, but both of your star players, your vets, done. They're done with the organization. Russell Westbrook and Bradley Beal.
Yeah.
So I think they trade away their stars and they get picks and they get young players back. They might want Boston's picks, or they might want maybe like Aaron Neesmith, the rookie that they drafted in the first round before Peyton Pritchard. They might want him, or like Romeo Langford, the rookie they got, or the young. This is his second year in the league. They might want like a few picks in the future, and maybe one of those guys. So I don't.
But it's all going to depend. It's all This is speculation on our part. But to be honest with everybody, it's all going to depend on who they hire as a head coach.
Exactly.
Because that head coach is going to run a system, and if they got to put pieces in that system. So there's a big name that's been talked about, and I don't think a lot of people, and I've heard a lot of podcasts, and I've listened to a lot here lately just for this reason. But there's a big name that's in college that's talking about he wants to leave now that Coach K is retiring. Could you imagine Brad Stevens moving up into the front office and they sign Calipari out of Kentucky to come and be the coach of the fucking Boston Celtics?
Yeah, that'd be amazing. To me,
Yeah.
Juwan
that
Howard is
could
the
change.
best coach right now in college. I love Juwan Howard, but he's not leaving.
He's not leaving.
Yeah,
he's got
yeah,
the
I know.
number 1 draft class.
Yeah, I know. They got
He's not going nowhere.
Yeah.
That motherfucker about
That's
to
what I'm
win
saying
the
because
national
every
title
single
3 times.
team, like, so you know, the Mavericks don't have a coach no more. Rick Carlisle out the door.
Fuck
You know,
that team up there.
so it's like the Mavericks want a coach. The Celtics need a coach. All these teams need and want coaches. But to me, Juwan Howard is the best college coach right now, hands down. That could go to the league and make a big difference. He's not going. But yeah, he's not going nowhere because he's about to bring in 6 players that are all going to be one and done and win a national championship. Michigan's going to win a national championship next year.
That's my pick. That's my pick for the Boston job because Rick Carlisle has to be at the top of everybody's board when they're looking for new head coaches at the end of the season because. One, he's got the championship resume to back it up, and 2, he's one of the, if not the most loyal coach in the NBA.
Another piece.
Also,
I like
another name. You know, Austin. You know, there's another name out there that could really shock a lot of people, and we don't know if they're in talks because he's still in the playoffs. But Nate McMillan is not the head coach of the Atlanta Hawks. He's the interim coach. He's not been signed.
And look, here's nothing.
Yeah. So I mean, once he takes them to the Eastern Conference Finals and say, you know, they get bounced in the Eastern Conference, or they go to the finals and don't win, or say he wins a championship as the interim coach, and Boston comes in and sneaks in and offers him money.
Yeah, another coach that a lot of guys don't like him.
I mean, you're taking a chance with a guy that's succeeding with not much talent for real. If you look at it with all the teams left in the playoffs, I mean, come on, let's be honest. Atlanta has the least amount of talent as all the teams is still in the playoffs.
Yeah. But
and compare team to team, and he's taking his team this far. What if one of these teams, come on.
But also, they did play the Knicks. They did play the Knicks in the first round, though. So.
But still, I mean, the Mavs are owned by a billionaire. What if he comes in and says, "Look at what you did. I got a lot of young players right here too. Let's come in here and let me give you the farm."
No, but here's a coach that
do the same thing.
But also, Jeffrey, they're up 3-2 on the Sixers right now.
No, but look, no. I agree with you saying, but to me, the best fit for the Celtics is a guy a lot of guys don't like, and that's Van Gundy. Van Gundy was with the Pelicans, but look, his coaching style is perfect for that team. His coaching style is let the star do what the star got to do and play defense. That's coach style. That's what the Celtics need. The Celtics need a coach that give Jason Tatum the ball every single play, and they recruit nothing but defense. I mean that's all they need.
Stan Van Gundy's done, and I'll tell you why. Because Charles Barkley he's being pushed out of inside the NBA on TNT. All the stuff that the NBA does, he's being pushed out, and that seat's going to be open. And there's a lot of rumors that since Stan Van Gundy's been doing a lot of the comment, he moved to being a commentator, and he's done a lot of that stuff when he's been not coaching as a head coach. There's rumors that he takes Charles's seat or Chuck's seat. I'm sorry. Yeah, Charles Barkley. I said it right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I got to thinking about something else. So I think Stan Van Gundy, I think that was the swing and a miss, and I don't think anybody else is going to give him a shot because. No,
I'm just saying his coaching style would be perfect for the Celtics because to me, the Celtics are really, like I said, they're one piece away from winning the championship.
There could be another coach out there that's still in the playoffs that we haven't talked about either. I mean. Think about it. I mean, if you're Philadelphia and Doc Rivers doesn't do what he was supposed to do with the talent, I mean, what if they can him after the playoffs? I mean, he would be good for Boston because he's such a players-friendly coach. Yeah. And he's such a nice guy that he could get in there with them young guys and really try to build something.
I mean, to me, he coached the same way as Van Gundy. Like, get the star the ball. Everybody else, he recruits nothing else but defense. Everybody else is supposed to play around the star and then play defense. And I mean that's what the Sixers got. I mean every single player on that team is a shooter and defender besides the 2 stars.
And I mean and Boston moving with putting Brad Stevens in the front office. Brad Stevens is thinking the same way we're thinking. I mean, he's a basketball. Sleeps basketball dude. Is a basketball fanatic. And coming out of the college ranks and doing what he did with the not much talent coming into Butler. I mean, come on, guys. The guys that came into Butler, I mean, yes, some of them went pretty good and played pretty well.
Just Gordon Hayward. It was only like 3 that really did something.
Right. And I mean, so he got a job in Boston, and then he comes and now he's moving to the front office. He's going to think the same way. Like I have to put the right coach in here for these kids. And if I don't, and these big names are out there, I'm telling you, don't be surprised if Calipari is not interviewed. I mean, I'm just sitting.
No, he will. Yeah. I think he definitely does get interviewed.
So I got a question. Since we were talking about Boston and all that, the question has to be asked: Is Kemba Walker going down as the worst contract in NBA history?
Oh, no. What's his name? Dude is playing in the playoffs right now. He had 4 points the other night. What's his name?
Gobert.
No. He played. He's
Tobias Harris.
No, Tobias Harris. That's the worst contract. I mean, come on, dude. You get a max deal and you can't even score 10 points in a playoff game.
Yeah.
You're the third option on the team of a big three, and you can't. Come on, man. That's got to literally be the worst contract that's been handed out as of right now.
Yeah. No, but yeah, my thing about Kemba.
You don't think
my thing
so,
about
Austin?
Kemba is that, to me, I'm excited for Kemba Walker. Boston was he didn't fit it. I mean, he really didn't fit Boston.
I don't think he stays. I don't think he stays in Boston.
No, like
I think they restructure that contract and they move him.
No, I know. Yeah. The Thunder, they don't do vets. They no such thing. To them, vets is 2-3 year players. If you've been in the league longer than 2-3 years, you out the door. Sorry, you don't fit us. Like they haven't really had a vet longer than 1 or 2 years after Russell Westbrook. They had Al Horford for 1 season. They had George Hill for a couple games. They had Victor Oladipo 1 season, Melo 1 season, Paul George 1 season.
Let's put a pause on this. Let's put a pause on this subject because now we're getting into the part of the NBA that I don't follow enough to. And De'Aaron had an NFL question, so let's switch gears and you guys can come back to it.
So here's the question coming out. I believe it was the 2019 draft class, right? That we saw the number 1 overall pick with Baker Mayfield, and then a couple picks later, Deshaun Watson, and then last week in the first round, Lamar Jackson, right?
No, what do you mean? You said it the wrong way.
It was wrong?
So you're saying that Baker was 1 in 2019 and then Deshaun and then
yeah. I thought
it was
more.
Oh, okay. I get what you're saying. All right, I got you. All right, go ahead.
But what I'm saying is we're starting to get into that thing, into that area where these 2019 rookies are these rookies are looking to get contract extensions. And so the Ravens have said that they're looking into extending Lamar's contract, and with the deal that Dak just made with the Cowboys, my question to you guys is, are you guys paying Baker Mayfield $40 million a year?
Am I personally? I wouldn't have drafted him. So no.
Well,
I don't think he was the best.
Okay, so
if you're in the Browns front office and they look at you and they go, Dustin Yelton, Austin Yelton, or Jeffrey McNeil, we're putting you in charge of the Baker contract. Are you re-signing him? Are you extending him for $40 million a year after the year that they just had? And what he's done for the Browns?
No, because he's not consistent. He'd have to show it again this year.
Look,
and we picked up his 5th-year option, so we would be sitting good. But you got to remember, they picked up all these guys' 5th-year options, dude. Right? So they got a while to get these contracts, but Baker Mayfield will not get a contract like the other 2 guys you named.
Well, they was talking about their opening contract talks, and they was in a interview with press conference with Baker, and he said that they're opening interviews, and a reporter said that they're looking to sign him by the end of the summer.
Exactly, but listen though, what I'm saying is, when you get into your 2nd year of your contract, the team starts contacting you about restructuring your deal or extending you, and a lot of times if they're picking up that 5th-year option and it's just waiting on money to see what money gets moved around to this point or that point. So they've been in contract talks for a while, but Baker Mayfield, there's no way Baker Mayfield gets a contract bigger or the same as the other 2 guys you named, unless Deshaun stays in Houston, and then he would beat him out because Houston ain't going to give up no money.
That's true.
He would have to leave.
No, yeah. So
he would have to leave once he's done.
Yeah. So okay. So my thing is,
so the only the 2 quarterbacks you think are getting the 40 a year is Lamar, definitely, Deshaun, most likely, and then Baker, no.
He won't get that. He won't get as big. No, I don't think so. Just because.
So like, okay, so So my thing is that since you said this summer, it makes it tougher because like okay, so remember 2018, everyone was saying, oh my God, the Browns are Super Bowl contenders. 2019 is their year. 2019 is their year. They were pretty bad. Then they come out and they have a really good 2020 year. Now everybody's saying 2021 we're gonna see the Browns in the Super Bowl again. So my thing is that if I was in front of it, I'm waiting. Did this Baker make or break year in my eyes? I'm waiting to see is he gonna do something? Is he gonna get us far in the playoffs? What is he gonna do for us? And then I would decide then. But since you're saying this summer, I mean, as of right now, then I mean it's a no. It's a big no from me. Because like I just said, he's so inconsistent. Compared to all the other quarterbacks coming in, you got young quarterbacks coming in like Justin Herbert and Joe Burrow who show so much more upside to him. And one of the guys I just named is in the same division as him. So much more upside. I don't think you pay this guy $40 million to be inconsistent. You know what I mean?
He's arguably the third best quarterback in his own division. I mean,
but to me,
that's what I'm saying.
To me, he's the fourth. He's the fourth
exactly,
because Ben Roethlisberger. I mean, arguably. Joe Burrow's the exception because he's got hurt, but Ben Roethlisberger had the most passing yards in the AFC North. So Big Ben is technically second. I mean, if you go by passing, he's second. So, like, because to me, I'll put Joe Burrow over him because Joe Burrow had a healthy season, then Joe Burrow would be number one. But still,
right. So that's what I'm saying. So he's
arguably Baker Mayfield's the fourth. I mean, he's the fourth best, which is only 4 teams in the division.
Who you talk to,
right?
So I mean, to give somebody that goes back to kind of the basketball where the guy we was just talking about that had the worst contract. I mean, if you give Baker Mayfield money like that, that's just like what the teams he fucking played for.
Talking about Kemba, like. Bro, the biggest thing about Kemba Walker is Michael Jordan looked at him in his face and told him, "You're not worth the max contract," and it pissed everybody off because he was by himself. Kemba Walker was taking the Hornets to the playoffs over and over and over. But I mean, I can see the same. I can see the Browns telling Baker like, "Look, you're not worth $40 million. I mean, you're a great you're a great quarterback for the franchise. In the next couple of years, you could really shine and take this team somewhere. But as of right now, this summer, you're not worth $40 million. I can see them doing that."
Plus, they go ahead, Austin. I see you're lighting up. I think you want to say something. Go ahead. I'll say something.
I'm listening.
And also, I mean, with Cleveland might not have the money to give him a max contract. They got a lot of motherfuckers they're gonna have to pay here soon if they want to keep that team together.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. A lot of people.
That's why the big question is here because
they might not have the cap room.
Afford right. Not only can you afford,
you give max deals to your receivers. You give max deals to your receiving core and your running backs and your defense.
Odell's healthy.
And worry about quarterback later.
Yeah, I mean, Odell's healthy right now. I think if Odell can finish the season, they're probably going to pay him a lot of money, even though he doesn't deserve it. But I think they pay him a lot to keep him. They're definitely going to pay Landry a lot in the next year or two. So it's just they have so much money going a million different ways.
I don't see them having the money to give him the max deal.
Yeah, I don't think they can.
And so I think he's a second thought because you have so much talent. I mean, come on. I mean, seriously, with that kind of talent, let's play hypothetical and let's play a game here. If you have that Cleveland Browns team, let's take the jersey off of them so we all can talk about it because we all want to just say fuck the Browns. But let's take the jersey off and let's just talk about the players and people that.
Let's say they're the Patriots and they got the talent.
Okay.
Right.
And so, but now, look. You take that same team. You take that same team that's up there, right?
Right.
Exactly the way it is. You can plug any one of the other 31 quarterbacks in the league. And
they're still going to be good. Exactly. That's my point.
That's what I was just
Yeah, that's my whole point is that.
Get into that. I got this. Hold on. Let me get into that.
Because to me, you put any other quarterback on the Ravens, they're not doing the same thing.
Hold on.
Exactly.
I looked it up, and Ryan Tannehill's not statistical, but last year he signed a 4-year, $118 million deal, which averaged out to $29.5 million a year to hand the ball off to Derrick Henry, just as Baker Mayfield is handing the ball off to Nick Chubb.
No,
here's my thing. Ryan Tannehill is one of the best quarterbacks in the league, bro. He just so underrated because of how good Derrick Henry is. This year, Ryan Tannehill is going to show everybody how good he really is. I promise you. With him having a wide receiver with 2 solid, bro. Ryan Tannehill's a dog, bro. Ryan Tannehill's a dog.
29.5 instead of 40. That's my point. He got 29.5 instead of 40.
Check this out. I'm gonna give.
But Titans are another team that has vets and has guys they gotta pay.
Here, De'Aaron, I'll give you the best one. Okay, that same team, you put Fitzpatrick up there. Do you give Fitzpatrick a max deal?
No. No.
But the Browns gonna be
But
just
he
as
has
good.
the same team that he was a Super Bowl.
They still gonna be 11-5 with Fitzpatrick, bro. They'll be 11-5 with Drew Lock.
And that's your guy. No, but that's your guy. That's your guy.
But I'm not paying him
He
$40
goes-
million.
Uncle Dustin, you hear what I just
So
said?
you're telling me right now that Baker Mayfield's better than your guy.
Me, I would say no to that as well. So no, I'm not saying
Exactly.
he deserves $40 million.
that's
I'm
the-
just the one
that's the
asking the question.
Wait,
I'm
wait,
the
wait.
one that put the
Wait,
question
hold on.
out there.
Uncle Dustin,
What
you
do
hear
you
what I
think,
said?
Austin?
All right, let me go.
Oh yeah,
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say a little thing I said. Well, go ahead, Austin.
No, go ahead. You said you were gonna say one thing.
Oh yeah. Cause I was trying to tell Uncle Dustin he didn't hear me though. I said the Browns will still be 11-5 with Drew Lock at quarterback.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like that's all I was trying to say.
I
That's the
disagree with
point.
that. But so
No,
here's
that team's
the thing.
good.
What you say?
Yeah.
No, I'm saying that team's
Oh.
good.
So if De'Aaron asked if we were the GM, if we would give Baker 40 a year,
Right.
and to be honest, now Baker's not worth 40 a year. His stats are not worth it. But as a general manager, if you don't give that guy 40, another
that guy.
organization will give him 40.
Yeah.
And then if you don't proceed to not give him the money, he walks, and then you start to fuck up, you're going to lose your job if you don't find a replacement for him. So
But
the
for a
Browns,
guy like
I would give him the 40, not because he deserves it, but because if I let him go and I can't find another franchise quarterback, I am now out of a job, and I was
Right,
like the
but
dumbest general manager in the NFL.
here's my thing, Austin. With that team, you could find that quarterback.
Yeah.
Can you though?
Dude,
I mean,
seriously,
not
like,
guaranteed.
think about it.
No,
Dude,
hold
you
on.
could
You
take
can
Carson
because
Wentz, you could take
Deshaun
Carson Wentz
Watson's
and
not
put him
playing
there.
for the Texans no more. You can, if you take that $40 million and not give it to Baker, you can easily give that to Deshaun Watson coming into free agency because he's not playing for the Texans no more. He's holding out. He don't want to play there no more. He's
But it
going
also-
to
And Rodgers holding out too.
Depending on how these cases go, Deshaun Watson might not be fucking playing for a few years. So you're
But
taking
what
a
if-
gamble
what
on
if-
not having a quarterback for a couple years?
But listen,
I mean,
look,
shit.
here's
They-
a good one.
Ray
What if
Rice,
New
hold
Orleans?
on. Ray Rice was the leading running back in that year that he hit that girl in the elevator and never played a snap of football again after that because he didn't even have charges filed against him.
Right. I mean, I get what you're saying because it's just like Adrian Peterson. He whooped his son, and it tarnished him. But what I was going to say is, though, Austin, you're going to have. I lost it. Oh, what if New Orleans starts Taysom Hill at quarterback because they're talking about that's all he's practicing and everything. You're going to have a guy like Jameis Winston that's going to be available. You're going to have a guy like Teddy Bridgewater that's going to be available. There's going to be guys on the rosters that you can take and plug in. You can plug in for a couple years and find your franchise quarterback. The dude's not a franchise quarterback, is what I'm trying to say. You can find that. You can find his replacement easy.
He's the definition of a good enough franchise quarterback because if you look around the league, there's only 5 teams that have a franchise QB, and everybody else that has a QB on a long-term deal is good enough quarterback.
Now look, but
And Baker Mayfield falls
I mean,
in the
come
good
on, Austin. Do you think that Baker Mayfield is better than Jared Stidham?
Jared Stidham, yeah.
Okay. What about? Let me see. I'm trying to think of like teams that's got backup quarterbacks that's got experience.
Andy
Jameis
Dalton.
Winston.
I mean, if Andy Dalton starts,
Andy
starts.
Dalton.
Joe Flacco.
I would take
Joe
Baker
Flacco
Mayfield.
old now, but Joe Flacco in his prime, he's not better than him.
I think I'd take Baker over both of the guys we just named also just because his mobility would be a lot better.
No, look,
and
okay.
it would help out the game.
Oh,
but I mean,
okay,
my thing is Austin, I agree with what you're saying because as a GM, you're going to be scared that if you don't, you just fucked up the franchise and everybody's going to look at you.
Facts.
But with a guy like him, my
I mean,
question to you is, with a guy like him and a team like that,
and not even just that, but it like the history of the Cleveland Browns at the quarterback position has been astronomically bad.
And it still is.
It's Baker Mayfield.
They got an inconsistent start
in the Browns since 19 what?
You hear me?
96?
You hear me, Austin? They got a Paul George. They got an inconsistent start. They got a guy who could come in and change the game and go crazy. but then he
And
can
then
have
the
games where
next
he's not
game
that
is the
good.
worst.
Paul George
Exactly.
makes $35 million.
Right? Yeah. I'm just saying. No. Look, here's my thing, Austin. If we go off last season, since Joe Burrow got hurt, Big Ben led the whole conference in passing yards, passing touchdowns, right? And he's whacked to everybody else. He's terrible. He's older than dirt. Can't do nothing, right? But he still led the league and all that. But so he's not better than him. He's not better than a former MVP in Lamar Jackson. And we haven't. To me, he's not better than Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow hasn't even played a full season yet. So he's a fourth best quarterback in the division. That's $40 million. To me, no. You know, like I'm on the other side 100% with this. You can get a quarterback and pay him half. You could pay him a quarter of $40 million, and he can get a team damn near the same exact thing as Baker Mayfield. He can get to 11-5, or with this year to be 11-6 or 10-7. A quarterback that you pay a quarter of 40 can get you that, in my opinion, with how good that team really is. So it's like, do you really? But I get what you're saying. You don't want to fuck it up. You don't want to, because all the guys in the front office, they want their jobs. They're gonna pay a lot of money, so you don't want to lose that. You know, so yeah. But at the same time, I think you can definitely replace him. There's a lot of guys that could come in and perform better or the same.
Speaking of replacing, I just looked at the Houston Texans roster because we was talking about Deshaun Watson, and they have a backup quarterback that's most likely going to start for them. That's only on a 1-year deal, and that man is Tyrod Taylor, who had success with that same Browns team before he got the concussion and Baker came in.
Yeah, Tyrod Taylor's
he
not
was,
going to. I mean,
he played 5
Tyrod
games, then he
Taylor's
go
not going to play
4-1,
that
and then he
long.
got the concussion, and Baker came in. They was 4-1. They was going strong. Baker wasn't looking like he was about to play, and then Tyrod Taylor got a concussion.
I mean, you could
with the same team.
No disrespect to Tyrod Taylor, but there's a reason Tyrod Taylor has never been a starter. Did you not see the season he played with the Bills?
Hold on, wait.
He was 4-1.
No. You can't say. Bro, Tyrod Taylor's just the most unluckiest player to ever play the game. That's how Tyrod Taylor's just so unlucky. That's his problem.
Austin. That's a wrong statement. That's a wrong statement because he was the starter in for the Chargers and was fucking killing shit until the fucking doctor stuck a needle in his fucking lung.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm saying he's unlucky. He was balling for the Browns, like De'Aaron said, and got a concussion. It's just like every single time he's coming out the gate hot as a starter, an injury happens.
2-1 and almost lost the game to the team with the 5th pick in the draft, and they almost lost. And he was 2-1 when he went down. How is that great? He was one touchdown.
For the Browns, he was 4-1 when he went down.
He can have success with that
all we're
same
saying
team.
is he could replace
Cheaper
Baker.
option.
Is all we're saying. Nobody's saying he's great.
No, I'm just saying,
There's like a handful of backups that couldn't do it. But if you really look at these rosters, there's a lot of backups, dude, that could come in and play and do what Baker Mayfield does in that
for
team
cheaper
and
not earn it for not have to get paid
That's
$40
all
million.
I'm saying, Austin.
You know what I mean? Like,
I'm not saying I get what you're saying.
I'm not saying they won't. I'm saying I wouldn't. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying they not gonna pay him 40. I'm saying I wouldn't. It like I like because De'Aaron's asking personal opinion. Now if he'd asked, do you think the Browns will? Yes, I do think they will. Yes. But he asked if we were the GM, would we? I said no, I wouldn't.
Right.
You know what I mean? But will they? It's the fucking Cleveland Browns. They're going to. You know what I'm saying?
Go ahead.
What happens if you don't sign him? He walks, right? Say he signs with another team, and you draft like Sudfeld, where his QBR is like the worst in NFL history. Now you're the GM that let a good quarterback walk for a quarterback that can't throw to his own team.
But
right.
Austin.
I get what you're saying, but that's what if. What if you pay a guy $40 million to keep being first round bounces, or you pay a guy $40 million to make the playoffs this year, to not make it, You know what I mean? You don't do that.
Austin, to go back to what you said, hypothetically, he walks, right? What if he walks and he walks to another team and he's a fucking shitbag? And you're the GM that finally let the shitbag go and let him be the quarterback that he is. You take him out of a system and he goes to a place like Houston with no talent or something, and he fucking is the worst quarterback rating in the league.
Now, mind you, this is just extension. This isn't the end of his contract. So if they don't re-sign him, he still has 2 years in Cleveland where they can look for the replacement.
But what I'm saying
that's a
is,
fact.
Austin, to go back to what you're saying, what if he walks?
It's not easy to find a franchise quarterback.
He's not the franchise quarterback.
Right, they don't have one right now, though. You know, that's what I'm saying.
You got
if he was on, if you put if you put Baker Mayfield on the Patriots right now, he would be battling for his job.
That's a fact.
I
That's
don't
a
like
fact.
Cam Newton is.
He would be battling for the job there in New England.
That man wearing the number 50.
That can't be a franchise quarterback. A franchise quarterback should be able to go like a Russell Wilson or a Deshaun Watson that can go to another team and be that team's franchise quarterback. Baker Mayfield goes to another team and he's not going to be a franchise quarterback. You say that fucking Seattle just decides to shit the bed and says fuck it and trades Russell Wilson to the Browns for Baker Mayfield and some picks. Baker Mayfield's going to be terrible.
Terrible.
Yeah, but
Terrible.
no,
Yeah.
what I'm saying is I'm not saying Baker Mayfield is a franchise quarterback. What I'm saying is he's good enough to be the franchise quarterback. He's not a franchise
Yeah. No, I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying, Austin. Yeah, I get what you're saying, yeah.
He's not
the
working.
entire
So
NFL, in the entire NFL, the franchise quarterbacks are Russell Wilson, Deshaun Watson, Patrick Mahomes, Aaron Rodgers, and that's really about it.
Joe Burrow.
4 or 5.
Joe Burrow will be in Cincinnati until he's done.
I'm saying right now, he's too young.
Ben Roethlisberger.
Just like you can't tell if Justin Herbert's a franchise quarterback because he's only had 1 season under his belt. You got to give them a few years to see what they got.
I would say Lamar is. I would say Lamar.
Yeah, Lamar is. Lamar.
Yeah. Lamar. Yeah. So Lamar makes 5.
But the difference is if you go to
a
Cleveland,
franchise guy, but not a franchise guy.
but if you go to Cleveland, you go to that stadium, you don't see a poster or a picture of Baker Mayfield outside.
Now look,
That's true.
But you go to
here's my thing, bro. Baker Mayfield goes to the Titans right now. He battles for a job. He goes to the Vikings. He battles for a job. You know what I mean? Because both of the teams I just named both have super underrated quarterbacks that I feel actually aren't that bad. You know, I feel like Kirk Cousins isn't this terrible quarterback. I feel like Ryan Tannehill is a dog quarterback, but he's underrated. I feel like if Baker Mayfield go to either of those teams, he battles for his job and loses.
I mean,
Russell Wilson goes to either of those teams, he's a starter. Aaron Rodgers or Deshaun Watson, they both start. Baker Mayfield doesn't.
Austin, I'll give you something. Here.
I'm not saying Baker Mayfield is there's a difference between a franchise quarterback and the franchise. Franchise go anywhere and be the greatest still. You could be one of the best quarterbacks to ever step foot on the field.
So a franchise quarterback is a guy that's going to take you to the playoff every other year, damn near. Because that's the Browns do. The Browns are going to go back to back to back. No, I mean, he's inconsistent. 1 year, they're going to be in the playoffs. Then they're not going to be in the playoffs. Then they're going to go second round. Then they're going to be first round bounds. Then they might go third round. Then they're not going to make it for 2 years straight. That's how it's going to be with him being a franchise quarterback for the end of his career. You know what I mean?
Right. What I'm saying is it's so hard to find a franchise quarterback that people settle for good enough when they don't have the
right, yeah, but
if you know,
I don't think you getting the question though. De'Aaron asked, would you pay him? Would you like he's not saying what would the Browns do?
They have 2 seasons. Yeah, they have 2 seasons with him, right? Say this season he has. Say this season he has his.
This is Baker's 3rd year.
Right, so they'll pick up his 5th year option, so they have 2 more seasons.
Oh, okay, you're saying 2 years left. Gotcha.
He got 2 years, right? So say he goes and he has the Baker Mayfield season that he had in 2019 this year with that talent. You go into the draft and you say you made, say your 22nd pick, right? In the draft. And you look and you're the GM and you ain't got the guy. You know it. You know you're going to have to spend money on this dude because of the way everybody's going to push that all quarterbacks make da-da-da-da-da, whatever. So when it comes time, so you look and now you're sitting there and you talk and you do what you do and you move up in the draft and you bring a quarterback in. There's still options there because Cleveland knows that he's not – I mean, come on, dude. The only reason dude's on TV with the Browns is because it's commercials that he has with other people.
Right, but you're telling me that if you had a team built that has already made it to the playoffs, they came in, second in the AFC North, and won the first-round matchup against the Pittsburgh Steelers, one of their arch-time rivals. You're telling me you're going to, after you built that team up, you're going to risk removing the quarterback and starting all over fresh in hopes that quarterback pans out.
I still have a year.
Let me get. No,
I still have
no,
a
Dustin,
year.
but what De'Aaron said was that they're planning to pay him this summer. So it's before this season comes up. So basically
they're
from what
planning
you've
to pay
seen
him
from
by the
him
end of the
already.
summer.
So from that 2019 season and then the 2020 season is what they're basing it off of to say yes or no. They're paying him this summer.
Yeah, they want to get.
So
the
that's why I
contract
said
done.
no. I said no.
Yes.
But I'm saying if he comes out and he does play good this season, then obviously I probably will pay him that. But I'm saying off the first 2 years, it's so inconsistent to me. Game by game is inconsistent, not just year by year. Game by game, you have a different quarterback out there every single game.
My thing is to get money to like that, which I mean, come on, I mean, we're all working class. We all do a lot of different things. We bust our ass. We don't make nearly the money they make. So we're talking about money that, you know, is fucking astronomical in our eyes for real. For these guys to play the game, which is great. I'm glad these guys can get. I'm not hating on it. Whoever's listening, watching, whatever. This is nothing against what they're being paid, but you know there is position pays.
Yes.
So each position pays at a certain rate. It don't matter who you are. I mean, every other year it seems like we're finding like we finally get like the highest paid offensive lineman ever, the highest paid punter ever. You know, you see that kind of stuff now. You know,
next year we see it get topped.
With that being said, Baker to get that kind of money, in my opinion, you should be the face of the franchise. And what I mean by that is, I want to ask a question, and I want you guys to say. I'm going to say something. I want you guys to say the first person that comes to mind. I don't care who it is. Green Bay.
Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers, yeah.
Tampa Bay.
Tom Brady.
Yeah.
Baltimore.
Lamar Jackson.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie. I was gonna say Ray Lewis, but you talking about right now.
Cleveland.
Juice Landry.
Juice.
That's the point.
Oh no. Matter of fact, Nick Chubb. I thought Nick Chubb first.
No,
too.
I want the first person you think of when you say that team's name.
Yeah, fact,
Juice.
yeah. You don't think Baker.
You do not. Nobody says that dude's name. If you say the Bengals, I would say I bet you
Jesse Bates.
60% of the time you're gonna get Joe Burrow as the first answer from a lot of people if you did 100 people.
Yeah.
Now a lot of people might
but
say
I'm
Jamar, and a lot of people might say Money Mixon, but
I say Bates.
But
Bates.
what
To
I'm
me,
saying is,
to me, I think
just
Bates
said-
because I'm a defensive guy. I'm defensive minded, low key too. So I don't know. Jesse
but I'm
Bates
just
to me is
saying,
the best
even if
player.
you asked 100, I'm talking about if you asked 100 people,
Yeah.
and all you said was the Cleveland Browns, I guarantee you less than 20% of them people would say Baker Mayfield. But in Cincinnati, with a guy that got hurt, didn't even play his whole season,
Yeah, don't say his name.
if
first,
you
yeah.
did the same thing, I guarantee you over 50, closer to 60% of the people are going to say Joe Burrow. That's what I'm talking about. If you say Green Bay, 95% of everybody, even with dudes sitting out and they don't even know what he's doing, they're still going to say Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah. My
Tampa
thing
Bay,
is
you're going to get closer to 100 with Tom Brady.
With my favorite team, they gonna
You
say Big Ben.
can't.
You go to somebody who hasn't watched football for the past 10 years, they're gonna say Big Ben. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like,
Them guys are the face of the team. That's why they're the first ones everybody says.
Yeah, it's gonna be weird with Big Ben not being a quarterback, bro. For the Steelers, that's gonna be weird.
Well, let's transition into that since we keep bringing dude up. What about what Matt Canada said?
Well, what?
Do we have a problem? In Pittsburgh?
Well, okay. So look, I've watched damn near every
Did
single
they just-
OTA.
hold on,
I
let me
watched every
finish,
single
let me
highlight. No, I'm
finish.
not.
Let me finish.
Oh, okay.
Do we have a problem in Pittsburgh? And why I say do we have a problem is Matt Canada just there because they have to have that guy on staff. If Big Ben, if your offensive coordinator is in a fucking interview and he says, "Oh, we're gonna run whatever Big Ben wants to run," that's the kind of offense we're gonna run.
Yeah.
Then what the hell is dude there for? Is Big Ben moving to the headset when he's done?
I mean, I hope so because I don't like.
very possible.
I want to see.
seriously, dude,
I want to
that's
see
your
Big Ben in
job.
black and gold until the day I
Your
die.
job.
So
your job is to be the offensive coordinator, and you're in the interview
Yeah,
saying that we're going to do whatever the quarterback says.
now look, here's my thing. Look, here's my thing. Here's my biggest thing about the Steelers, and this is my favorite team. Look, when Big Ben retires, he's out the door anyway. Because look at all the backup quarterbacks. They're 10 times more mobile than Big Ben has been in his prime. So we got Dwayne Haskins, which Big Ben literally says he doesn't want to play this season because he wants to watch the Najee Harris Dwayne Haskins show because like he's super high. Big Ben has said a million times that he wants Dwayne Haskins to take the throne when he's done because he's super high on him.
Say the analogy.
The analogy. He said Dwayne Haskins can throw the football through a car wash and it won't get wet.
Yeah.
So he's super high on Dwayne Haskins. So I think in the quarterback position, I don't think we got a problem. But I think it's the coordinator position. I think no matter what, I think no matter what, he loses his job because, I mean, with the new generation of football, even with Joe Burrow, slants and curls it's not flying no more. You got to do more.
Hold on.
You see what the Chiefs are doing.
But look, though, listen. See, I don't agree with what you just said because they just hired Matt Canada, and Matt Canada is the guy that everybody goes to for all these innovative offensive maneuvers and everything.
Yeah, but
before he got hired, he was holding classes for other coaches, teaching them this new school stuff.
Yeah. No, I mean, I don't know. Like me, the way I am, I wouldn't care if he stayed or he leaves because to me, coaching can mess up a team, but a good team, for me, no matter what he puts out there, we're gonna get the job done. You feel what I'm saying? So
look. This is my take on it. If you're out there and you're having success like Matt Canada teaching these new school classes, and then you come in and you're supposed to be this innovative offensive coordinator, and you come in and go, we're going to run what he says, that means that the playbook's not changing. Why the fuck are you there? Go back to teaching fucking classes.
Exactly. Yeah, facts.
Exactly.
Right,
so get the fuck out.
Like, you're telling me when Matt LaFleur took over at Green Bay that Aaron Rodgers didn't pick what offense he wanted to run?
Yeah. But also, I agree with that too because like Big Ben has been a quarterback in the same exact offense for a very long time now. You don't want to go in and mess it up because he messed it up. We don't go 12-4. We go 4-12. He messes it up. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
That's different coaching positions though. LaFleur was the head coach. This guy's supposed to be the offense coordinator.
No, but you hear what I said, De'Aaron?
I see what you're saying.
You're telling me, De'Aaron, if you were the head coach, let's just say at Harvard, for
hold on,
10
you're
years,
cutting out. Repeat that.
Then you got offered the head coach.
Austin, you're cutting out.
And you got offered the head coach. What?
You're cutting out. Repeat.
Can you hear me now? Hello?
Yeah, there we go. I can hear you now.
Okay, so you're telling me if you're the head coach at Harvard for 10 years and they fired Byron Leftwich tomorrow and you got the offense coordinator job at Tampa Bay, you're telling me, fuck Tom Brady, I'm running what offense I want to run. No. You're going to run what Tom Brady wants to run.
No, because I'm going to run we're going to run the playbook, but we're going to put stuff in that Tom Brady's comfortable with. Yeah. But I'm going to run my shit.
Yeah. Here's my thing. Yeah.
We're gonna talk it out. We're gonna.
And I have zero.
Tom Brady's not the best analogy though because Tom Brady is fresh to a team. You know what I mean? Tom Brady's fresh to the team. Big Ben is the perfect example. He's been on that team his whole career and he's been in the same offense since day one. Since this point, day one. You know,
and he's not done nothing. I don't think in so long.
No.
So now
no. Exactly. I mean, we've been dominating the conference. That's good enough to me. It's as long as we're dominating the conference. That's good enough for me. But my thing is, you don't go. I don't think you go in and you bomb it and say, look, okay, we're gonna start running RPO. You know what I mean? I mean, you don't do that. But I do get what you're saying. You mix it. You're gonna throw in what you run. You want to change it up, but you want to keep what he's comfortable with. But I mean, you can't really be mad at a guy who doesn't do that. You know, but also he knew Big Ben only has a few years left anyway. Go in, let Big Ben run when he got to run when he's done. Now you got mobile QBs. You got QBs you can do anything. We can run RPO. We can run the spread. We can run this. You know, we can run anything we possibly want to run when Big Ben's gone.
Hold on, this is where we differentiate. Because this is what you do. You slowly, you can't just throw the old playbook out the window when he retires, Jeffrey. What you do is you sit down with him, you find the plays that he's comfortable in your playbook, and then you implement those, and you implement more and more. And then when he retires, half of your playbook's already installed. You can throw in the other half, and it's an easy.
Yeah, how do you know he's not doing that though?
Time out.
Yeah, that's literally what I was saying though, De'Aaron.
Hold on.
Matt Canada didn't say we're going to run what Ben Roethlisberger wants to run every single play and he's going to call the plays. He's saying we're going to run what Ben wants to run because that's what he's comfortable with. That's what you just said you would do.
Yeah. But then when he's gone, now you have your mobile QBs. You got whatever you want. You know, we might even draft the quarterback in this draft. You know, then you know you build the team for when he's gone.
Hold on,
and then you make a brand new offense. You know what I mean?
What he said was, we're going to run what Big Ben wants to run. If you're the offensive coordinator,
I'll do that with my vet.
We're going to put packages in that he's comfortable with. Well, we're going to run the offense that we're going to run. We got an offense to build right here. You're telling me, just like we just talked about in basketball with the GM, or when we talking about Baker and you was worried about your job as a GM, you're telling me that if you got the job, you got a chance to be a head coach in Tampa Bay, and you're going to walk in and say, no, he even said head coach. You're telling me you get a job, you get a job anywhere in the NFL. You're going to walk in as the head coach or offensive coordinator, and you're going to say, we're going to do whatever you say you're going to do, and you're not going to be worried about your job.
To me, you worry about your job if you change everything because, bro, Big Ben could get the offensive coordinator gone.
Yeah, I don't think you heard him right, Pops. He said I was the head coach at Harvard for 10 years. And then Byron Leftwich gets fired, and I come in. No,
but listen, that's not the point I'm talking about. He brought up Matt LaFleur. Matt LaFleur is the head coach at Green Bay. So you're telling me that Matt LaFleur went in there and said, "I'm going to do whatever Aaron Rodgers wants to do"? No, there's a reason you got hired.
No, but look, I don't agree with that. No, but
I don't understand. Like, Aaron Rodgers has a Super Bowl championship and went to the NFC Championship the year before that. Of course, I'm going to see what he wants to do because he obviously knows what to do to have success.
This is where I think
Here's the point I'm trying to make. Because look, okay, so a veteran quarterback like Big Ben can get the offensive coordinator going just as fast as he got there. You know what I mean? Because he's a vet, he's been there. Because if Big Ben wants to be like, bro, I'm not playing for this guy, I'm not playing no more, and he's a fan favorite, every Steelers fan in the world, get Kennedy out of there, get him going, then he's gone. You know what I mean? You don't go in to change it up and then make that guy mad, you know? But I mean, you either run some of what you bring in what you want to run in the future. Since you know Big Ben's going to be gone in the next year or so, he's going to be gone. So, but then you do, to me, the 90% of your playbook is Big Ben. You know, it's what your quarterback is comfortable with running. The other 10% is to introduce the new stuff to the other guys on the team.
Right, like what I'm saying is what Matt Canada does right now is he goes in, he doesn't fuck it up too much. They just came off an 11-4 or 11-5 season.
No, 12-4.
12-4. They won the AFC North. You go in, you don't fuck it up. When Big Ben hangs it up, that's implement your stuff.
But hold on. Yeah. But let me tell you about that 12-4 season. There was a fucking 11-0 and then shit to bed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the offense is terrible.
Right. Yeah. I mean, the offense is bad, but
you're gonna put stuff in. You're not going to sit there.
Hold on. What was bad about the passing game was not bad. We had the best passing game in the AFC North. That wasn't bad. It was the run game. Teams noticed
because you had nobody else that was passing in the AFC North.
No. I'm just Baker Mayfield's a passer.
Not really.
No. Baker Mayfield is primarily pass the ball, but Baker Mayfield is literally Aaron Rodgers 2.0. He's Aaron Rodgers 2.0. He can move around the pocket and run when he needs to, but he's primarily throwing the ball. He's not running no read options. He's not just running the ball majority of the time. He's passing the ball majority of the time.
He said it multiple times. They went off the run. They show that they run about.
I'm just saying it was the run game that was bad. We couldn't run the ball to save our life. 4th and 1, we weren't picking it up. 3rd and 2, we weren't picking it up. You know what I mean? We was passing the ball in 3rd and 2 situations.
Yeah, you can't really count the Browns as a running team or a passing team because the Browns have had games where Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt touched the ball 8 times.
No. You remember that? They had 5 carries between 2 of them in one game. 5 carries.
Right, like the Tennessee Titans are not going to have Derrick Henry touch the ball 6 times a game.
Right.
But also, the Tennessee Titans are not going to have Ryan Tannehill throw the ball.
Hold on, you guys are talking about something. All I'm saying, the only guy that would be considered a pocket passer besides Big Ben in the North was hurt. So obviously he should throw more than anybody in his own division.
No. De'Aaron, don't agree. The reason I say that is because, look, I've got the most Big Ben slander I've ever heard in my fucking life on this podcast. That he's too old, he can't do shit, all this. But my thing is, he got to be bad then. He shouldn't have the most passing yards, shouldn't have the most touchdowns. You know what I mean? It's like everyone's hyping up my guy Justin Herbert, amazing season. Big Ben played a better season than him, but he's old, washed, and done. To me, that don't make sense. It don't make sense. It's like Donovan Mitchell averaging 25 points per game, but LeBron averaging 27 points per game, but LeBron's washed.
Jeffrey,
Yeah, Dad, I just
I'm
looked it
getting ready
up.
to
He
start.
finished 16th.
4 o'clock.
Okay.
No.
But that's not him. The reason everybody is getting on Big Ben is because the Big Ben season he had is not the Big Ben season that he always has.
Right, you know,
When you
I'm just
start
saying,
seeing
me.
somebody decline,
Well,
when
and,
you start
the
seeing
whole
somebody
league.
decline, you start looking and like, man, he's getting old. It's all
Yeah.
people
Bro,
saying.
but my thing is, we used to have a super balanced offense. We used to be able to run the ball. Our running backs we used to be really good in the passing game. We used to be super balanced. Now it's not balanced. It's all pass,
Exactly.
all pass.
Exactly.
Like Uncle Dustin, it'd be 3rd and goal from the 1. We pass the ball. 4th
Exactly,
and 1s,
but
we
that's what
pass
I'm
the
saying.
ball.
That's not
Like
his-
like
and
so
that's
so,
not his
so that's what I'm saying. When teams picked up on that, but to me, as still a fan, I'm hopeful. Our defense is great. We lost a piece, but we gained 5 back. You cut off one head, but we grew 5 back. You feel what I'm saying? So the defense improved.
We'll see you later, pops.
Like my thing is our defense improved. Everybody would say, Bud Dupree, you cut off one head of the snake, 5 more grew. We got 5 more and more important pieces that we just got with losing him. We're 10 times better on defense now than we were last season, and in my opinion, we're the best defense.
Hold on. To prove both points right here, Ben Roethlisberger finished 3rd in the NFL with 608 passing attempts. That was 3rd. Matt Ryan did 626. Tom Brady 610. Ben Roethlisberger 608.
Right? Yeah.
I looked it up. Yes, he's number 1 in the AFC North, but when I looked it up, he finished 16th in passing yards.
But was it not first in his division though? Right, that's what I'm saying. To me, don't call a guy ass that's better than your quarterback. Facts, like that played better than your quarterback that season. It's that simple.
Well, I mean, you can't. Really
Yes, you can. Your offensive line was ass enough to get your quarterback hurt. That's not. Feel me? That's your fault. That's your team fault. So yeah, you can say that. In my opinion, your offensive line was ass, and yeah, he got fucked up. We had to run the offensive line and then couldn't run the ball. And we still was the best team in the division. Okay.
All right, man.
No, I'm just saying, bro. I've been dealing with this Steelers shit too much, bro. Your team went 4-11-1, my nigga. Why can't you talk? You know what I mean? Like that's my thing. I'm talking about because I can shred your team apart. What linebackers y'all got? Oh, okay.
Hello?
What DBs y'all got? Y'all got our 3rd best corner.
Y'all hear me? Hello?
Yeah, I hear you, my nigga, but I'm not trying to listen to no bullshit, bro. Like I'm not trying to, bro.
Just let me hold on.
I'm
Let me
good.
go. This is what I'm saying. The reason that they're saying that Big Ben had a bad year, it's not because
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about y'all. I'm talking about on the pod. I'm not talking about nobody else. I'm talking about on the podcast. I've been hearing Big Ben slander. That's all I'm talking. I'm not talking about Day. I'm talking y'all.
Okay, well, let me finish what I'm saying first. The reason I said that was because it's not because his stats were bad. His stats were good, but also Big Ben was in the bottom of the league in air distance per throw. That means the shortest throws, and that means that the receivers made more plays. You guys have a really good receiving core, and it's not hard to throw a 5-yard slant route and then have Chase Claypool or have Deontay Johnson make a play and then extend that play out. I'm not saying
I know that. I'm just saying.
I'm saying his elbow is not there. He doesn't throw the ball far. That's
right,
what I
bro. My thing is that I know. I'm not trying about. I'm saying we just as good. To me, if it was up to Jeffrey right now, Big Ben didn't even play last season. If it was up to me, as soon as in this season, Dwayne Haskins starts day 1. You know, offensive coordinator gets shot to show what he has. All OTAs, that's what it should be focused on. Shouldn't be no Big Ben. It's just my thing is that we had a damn good year, but because we shit the bed at the end, we had more wins. Like, bro, to me, I'm not tripping. We still were the best team in our division. We still dominated. So it's like everybody throwing shots at us. But yeah, I mean, and y'all big improve. Y'all got the 3rd best corner on our team, but y'all got better. Word, like come on, like for me, I can go off on your team too. I can talk bad about your team. So, but I never sit here and just throw dirt on the Bengals. I mean, because to me it's petty. Like, wow, like we haven't seen them yet.
Right?
But
no. I wasn't throwing
y'all
dirt on
defensive
this.
improvement was getting our garbage. Like our bench guy who came in and played good for y'all. I mean, go play for y'all. You know what I mean? So it's like I'm not tripping.
Right. No, I agree, Jeffrey. I never said that Big Ben was washed. What I said was his elbow was washed. His elbow.
No, I'm saying my thing is that looks worse for everybody else. That look bad for the Ravens. That looks bad for the Browns. You know, the Steelers are so ass, but they're the best team in y'all division though.
Not really.
That makes that. I mean, yes, it does. To me, bro, all y'all did since December 9th to throw dirt on my favorite team, which is cool. I mean, we do. I mess around with the Eagles too, but at the same, which obviously I know I'm gonna get Steelers. Hey, I don't care about that. But it's just like, to me, it makes them. You know how bad the Bengals look. The Steelers are so ass, but they're 10 times better than your team.
You are an honest Steelers fan. So when something actually is true, you vouch for it. if you were to switch the Baltimore Ravens and the Pittsburgh Steelers receiving corps, does Big Ben have the most passing yards in the AFC North?
I mean, he's still up there. He's probably second. And no, the reason I say that is because Lamar isn't going to pass the ball like that. The competition for me was Baker Mayfield. The competition for me was Baker Mayfield. And if you switch those, I would still say yes, because to me, the Browns low-key technically have a better wide receiver core than the Steelers.
To prove Jeffrey's point, Lamar Jackson only finished with 2,757 passing yards, under 3,000 passing yards as a quarterback. Just to prove Jeffrey's point, he does not throw the ball much. He only threw the ball 376 times.
Right, no, what I'm saying,
Big Ben threw double that.
Big Ben
608.
is still talented. Right, Big Ben is obviously still talented. He doesn't turn the ball over. He knows what he's doing. He knows his shit. I'm just saying, like, there's a point where you're throwing a 45-yard touchdown pass, and then there's a point where you're throwing a 5-yard slant, and they're running for a 45-yard touchdown pass.
No, you're not.
That's what I
No. But my biggest thing has been like Big Ben shouldn't be the talk. You know what I mean? It's the same thing with the Lakers. I get pissed when LeBron named LeBron shouldn't even be brought up. LeBron, the playoffs that we lost this year ain't had shit to do with LeBron. Ain't had shit to do with Anthony Davis. It had to do with the surrounding core around him. You feel what I'm saying? And technically, the same thing with Big Ben. Big Ben elbow isn't gonna get no better when he has to throw the ball as much as he has to.
Right.
Like he has to. He can't, bro. Like, you know how pissed out against Washington, against the Redskins. The play when Montez Sweat tipped the ball and caught the pick. That was a running down. That was fourth down where you run the fucking ball. Could we? No, we couldn't. So it's like if we were able to run the football, then it would have been a totally different story. So his elbow wouldn't be as bad if we could run the ball. We just approved that. We got the best running back in Alabama history, and we know who came out. We know all the guys who came out of Alabama. We know all of them, and we got the best one so far. That doesn't mean he's going to translate and be better than all that. I'm not saying that either.
But I can get what you're saying. No, I agree.
I'm talking about like stats wise. He has SEC records. All like he's leading the SEC. And there's been we know who all in the SEC and who's played for them. So I'm saying
no, but I definitely agree. You guys definitely needed to upgrade your run game, which you did. Like 100%. A lot of it was the run game as well. What I'm saying is, like you were saying about LeBron James, if you're taking it a basketball perspective, what I'm saying about Big Ben is, you can't tell me that DeAndre Jordan is a better scorer than LeBron James because he has a better field goal percentage. But it's also because DeAndre Jordan shoots right underneath the basket. You know what I mean? That's what I would say.
But at the same time, it's like, no, okay, here's, like, I get what you're saying, but, I mean, Big Ben did throw a lot, but our offense, bro, isn't meant for deep balls, you know? Is it because Big Ben can't do it as much anymore? I mean, yes, but that has to do with OAs. To me, like I said, it's not a knock on us. We have an old quarterback, way out of his prime. Uncle Dunn said it too. He's been out of his prime for a long time now, and we still were the best team in the AFC North. So to me, as a Steelers fan, this is promise. This is promise. We looked so good. We have a top defense in the NFL that improved at this offseason, got better. And we have a guy who's in the running for defense MVP every single year. Our offensive line is a running offensive line, but we never had the backs to get it done since Le'Veon left. So it's just our offensive line got younger.
Like coming in, you know how everybody has a question mark coming into this year? That's my question mark for the Steelers. With Maurice Pouncey and his brother Marquise. I think it's Maurice and Marquise, right? Pouncey?
Yeah, I believe so.
They're both retiring, Maurice being the center. How is that offensive line going to transition?
To me, it's going to be really good, bro. Offensive line is so young, bro. We picked up the rookie. I believe he's from an Orange team. But he's Kendrick Green.
Oregon State.
Yeah. He played for Kendrick Green. He's coming in. He's one of the most versatile guards in the draft. He can play tackle, guard, center. Right. He's gonna play center for us. You know, like our offensive line got 10 times younger, and we still got some vets to learn from. The offensive lineman we drafted 2 years ago from North Carolina. He was supposed to be one of the best linemen we've seen in a while, but he never got his shot because the vets were in front of him. Now he gets his shot this season. You know what I mean? So offensive line is looking good. The running back room is looking good. The quarterback room is looking good, you know. So Big Ben, he can come out and have if he has the same exact season as last season, I see us still being good. But my thing is that I'm realistic. I'm perfectly. We might finish fourth this year, and I wouldn't be mad at that.
This is a big year for the Pittsburgh Steelers because last year a lot of people said
to me not really though.
First 11 because of their weak schedule. this year they have one of the top 5 toughest schedules in the league.
Right,
so this will definitely put the test to the team and see
but
where
look,
you guys stand.
Here's my thing, Austin. I said it before the schedules came out. I wouldn't be surprised if we finish fourth in the division, because we're in a tough division, obviously. But at the same time, there's a lot of things going into it. If this young offensive line doesn't pan out, if Big Ben plays the first 4 games and we come out the first 4 games 2-2, 3-1, something like that, but then he gets hurt in game 5, and then we throwing Dwayne Haskins or we throwing Mason Rudolph or Joshua Dobbs, throwing him to the fire, depending on who we put out there. We throw him into the fire, then yeah, we have a bad season because we're putting a quarterback who wasn't really ready to play yet on the field. You know what I mean? So to me,
because
like
they say, the only position, well, not the only, but one of the top positions in the NFL where inexperience isn't always the best option is offensive line, because they're not used to them bigger, stronger, faster guys in the NFL. So them young guys, that's why I said it's the question mark, because the inexperience coming in at that O line is kind of scary to me.
But at the same time, is that once again we have a running offensive line. We have a running, like exactly. it's a running team. Like we should be a running team this year. Which to me, that's been our game plan since day one. We throw slanting curls. We do everything small. We do all these little routes. We do these little play actions, and then boom, bust down your throat. From me, 30-yard rush touchdown. That was the offense. But you take away the running from that, then we still just slanting curls and drag route. That's pretty much the offense. It's all a little time and stuff for Big Ben, because once again he's out of his prime. For an older cat, you want timing throws. You feel me? So that's why I said that's the biggest question mark, because running offenses are really good in the NFL with inexperienced linemen, because you can get down the field and make those easier blocks. Yeah.
Whereas the passing game, it can be a little difficult with them inexperienced linemen. And so that is a good thing going into it. The only downside is, like I said, there's new moves that you don't really see in college and the NFL. They do different moves.
Right? No, almost because bro, Big Ben is 3 or 4 sacks away from never playing football again. You know what I mean? Because he is getting up there in age and his injuries and things like that. I mean, but at the same time, to me, like I said, I want to see Dwayne Haskins. Like bro, I sat through a rebuild with my Lakers team the whole time, and we were terrible. We were terrible from about 13 we were pretty solid, but 14 and up we were terrible. Until all the splashes happened with LeBron, and then we got Anthony Davis, and all this stuff happened, and now we're actually a competitive team again. So my thing is I'm cool with the rebuilding. Like my thing is, but the Steelers they don't know how to rebuild. Tomlin doesn't like rebuilding. He said he'll never rebuild a day in his life. You cut the head off a snake, 3 more grow. So you lose this guy, you got 5 guys ready to go, and we saw that with the defense. We lost Bud Dupree, that Bud's back from injury. We got a lot of solid rookies. Especially our corner position is looking 10 times stronger than it ever has. But also we still had a very dominant defense anyway. So
right.
So yeah, like
right. And looking it up, like I said, Jeffrey, like you said, a couple sacks away. He was sacked 13 times last year in 16 games. That's less than a sack a game. So, with this inexperienced offensive lineman, if he gets sacked 3 times in a game, that's hurting his longevity.
Right.
Whereas he only got sacked less than once. So maybe 1 time a game last year, maybe. Because it's like 0.7 a game. You know what I'm saying?
Facts. Yeah.
That's where I'm like, there's the question mark. If they play good, great.
Bro.
All power to them. I'm looking for them to do good.
If you watch those 4 losses, all 4 of those losses was because pressure was to the quarterback. Washington football team, they broke the streak because they was getting pressure. They was back there every single play. The D linemen were getting interceptions because of so much pressure they were getting on the quarterback.
And that was against
and also the Bengals. The second time we played the Bengals were blitzing a lot more that game than the first game. The first, because the first game of the season, especially division football, if you play each other one the first game of the season, you would fill each other out.
Right. And the downside to that, Jeffrey, is what's the biggest thing you do to stop the run?
Right, yeah. But also, what makes it easier to run against? It's so much easier to run against because it's just blitz the inside gaps and you run outside.
Right.
That's big. That's big runs. You know what I mean?
Everybody combats the run. I know. But I'm saying that's how every defense coordinator will combat the run. They'll send 6. They'll send 7.
Yeah.
And the downside of that is on them play action plays. Big Ben getting pressure. That's gonna be crazy.
Here's my thing. I'll never forget this. The Bengals were running a 1-4-6, bro. Now I don't think it was one of the last teams we played in the season. We're running a 1-4-6 against us. What do you do against a 1-4-6? You run the ball down the pipe till they get out of it. That's what you do.
Yep.
We
Yep.
couldn't because we couldn't run the ball.
Absolutely.
So we were
Right.
just stuck going against 6 fucking defensive backs and having to throw against that, which no quarterback in history could do that. Especially when they're out of your prime, you can't do that. You know what I mean? But
Exactly.
literally we had to go against a 1-4-6 and just take it across the chain and lose the football game because we couldn't run the ball.
Right. So
So-
you're going to probably see some 4-4s this year, some 5-2s maybe, you know what I'm saying? Because they're going to try to combat that run, especially if Najee Harris comes out like the first 4 games and hits like 100 yards a game, you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
he is projected to do. You're going to see those run-stopping defenses.
No, but the crazy part is
With
what people don't get.
inexperienced
We basically got our Le'Veon 2.0, if not better, because
Right.
he's better in the passing game. I was watching the OTAs. He literally had a one-handed catch over Joe Hader. Mostly.
Right.
One-handed catch,
Absolutely.
called it over him like Odell. Like he's really good in passing game. So to me,
But
the offense
if
the
we
offense is
finish
just
sixth-
back balanced. That's all it means. Like so we're gonna have a balanced attack this season. But it was like I said, this is a make or break year. We have a tough schedule. If we come out of there with a positive record, no matter if we come in first, second, or third in the division with a positive record, I think that shows that this is actually a good football team because we had the hard schedule in the NFL. We have a quarterback that's old.
I get what you're saying.
You know what I mean? So to me, just having a positive record shows like, damn, that's a good ass team.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Because how good
Yeah.
how hard our schedule is.
Because like I was saying, you know, with them coming in and they're going to try to stop that run, you know, and like you said, Najee Harris is really good in the passing game, so you're going to want him running routes.
Yeah,
So
I don't
they
think
said-
I don't think we come out the gates running the football. I think
Exactly.
we come out the gates. I think we come out the gates doing the same thing as last year. We're the same fucking team as last year. We didn't lose nothing offensively besides offensive line. But yeah, I think we come out the gates just passing the fuck out of the football. Najee Harris is gonna show what he can do in the passing game. He gonna show his I'm not gonna compare to Chris McCaffrey just yet, but like he'll come out the gate just showing how good he is in the passing game. And then once we start seeing the 1-4-6s, once we start seeing everyone's going to get the pass, I think that's when Najee Harris is going. I think that's when we're gonna kick it into high gear and start running the fuck out of the football and then realizing like, damn, we're running the team. You know, like that's what I'm saying.
Because that's what I was going to say. That was my point before you said that, which makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
I was going to say, you know, if they're sending 6 and you're only blocking 5 because you want Najee coming out, that's one guy uncovered all the time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's
to
where
me-
where our difference was. That makes sense.
Big Ben not having an amazing arm, it literally gonna make our offense. It's gonna offense is still gonna be good because slants routes, curl routes, little play action, little drag, stuff like that. That's what Big Ben's amazing at. But he can't.
Right.
What play action is gonna work if you never run the ball and then you run a play action?
Right.
I literally remember,
That's not
I was so pissed. It was against Washington football team. I'll never forget it. Me and my dad were sitting on the couch, and literally, it was 2 possessions that we had the ball. So we had the ball. One, it was 3 and out. Then I'm pretty sure we went and got a field goal, and we didn't run the ball not one time. Neither of those possessions. And then 1st and 10, we did a play action. It didn't work. I was looking at my dad. I was like, we didn't run the ball for we did like 40 plays straight without one run play. Why the fuck would a play action work?
Yeah.
You know, like I was sitting there just dumbfounded.
Absolutely.
But yeah, I think offense will improve this season. Which to me,
for sure.
it's scary. That's scary because we have our defense can be
100%.
half as good as they were last year, just half as good, and that's still really good. That's still top 10 in the NFL defense if they just play half as good. And then if our offense goes from the bottom 20s, you know, like 28, 29 to the teens, like 19 through 17, just go to that good. I think we'd be a scary team, but what is that capable of happening? I mean, I don't know, because injuries happen all the time. Because look at the 49ers. The 49ers, in my opinion, I had the 49ers going back to back. I think it was going to be 49ers and Kansas City back to back years. We saw injuries to them.
Yep.
You know, injuries fucked that up for them. So I mean, injuries could happen.
Yep.
We do have older players on the roster who are very susceptible of injuries. So yeah, I think injuries could fuck us up. I mean, yeah. So
right.
Yeah, but
we'll see.
I just can't wait for
because the Eagles, where the first 5 games is going to pretty much dictate this season. You know, you come out 4-1, 3-2. You know, okay, this might be a good year. You know, you come out the gate, offensive line's not blocking as great as we was expecting and stuff. You guys come out 2-3, 1-4. You're like, okay, maybe this is the year where we're looking.
Yeah.
At the back, like, okay, maybe Simba needs to, you know, start taking the reins a little bit more or something like that. You know what I'm saying?
But my biggest thing is also how we stack up with the division. I think obviously if we lose every single game out of conference technically or like out of division, but we sweep maybe the Browns and the Bengals or something and then split the Ravens. I think Also, I think divisions stack up as well. Obviously we won't make the playoffs if we do that, but still a lot of teams do that, and then they'll look at. I mean, if the NFC East a team does that, they make the playoffs.
Yep.
Doing that, you know what I mean. So yeah, my biggest thing is that my biggest bragging right is the fact that like even at our worst, we're still a top team in the division. Last year's team was one of the worst Steelers teams in a while, and we were number one. We had a 12-4 record. We were the worst 12-4 ever or whatever, but we still had 12-4 record.
Yep.
So yeah, I mean that to me that looks worse on all the other teams. Now here's my thing. I think Lamar arm will be showed a lot this year. You don't draft the wide receiver in the first round not throwing the ball. You don't pay a guy like Sammy Watkins money to not give him the ball.
Yep.
They made improvements at the wide receiver position. I mean, to me, they've always had. I love Mark Andrews, the tight end they got. So I think Lamar's arm is going to be on the show. I think he will have to pass the ball a lot more this season than run the ball, especially since both of the running backs on the roster, we know how good they are in the passing game. J.K. Domas is a dog in the passing game, and so is Gus Edwards.
Yep.
So it's like this team is built for pass, but your quarterback is built for the run. So that could also
Jeffrey,
fuck them up too, though.
And
That could fuck the Ravens up. Wait, what would you say, De'Aaron?
Hold on, I'm looking it up just to make sure I'm right. I don't want to say no wrong, wrong sentence. You know what I'm saying? It looks stupid. Okay, I was wrong. It was actually baseball, but quick little side note. Did you know that until 1950, the Pittsburgh Pirates technically didn't play in Pittsburgh?
It's tough.
It was the city right next to Pittsburgh. It started with an A. I can't remember the name, but it was there. But in 1960, basically Pittsburgh took that town and like that became a part of Pittsburgh. So then they started really playing in Pittsburgh. But until 1960, technically the Pittsburgh Pirates didn't play in Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Just a quick little fun fact of the day to kind of bring everything.
The New York Jets don't play in New York.
Yeah, they play in East Rutherford, New Jersey. I know. I'm just saying it's a cool little fun fact that not a lot of people know.
Yeah, facts. Yeah.
But yeah, looking at the Steelers roster because I wanted to pull it up. Look at it. Your guys' receiving room is deep. Let me count them out for you guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 receivers right now in OTAs training. Your tallest one though is 6'3", Cody White, who doesn't look like he's Michigan State 1 year experience. I don't see him seeing the field, but
yeah.
Out of your technically Chase Claypool's 6'4". He's the tallest, but that's your out of the starters. You got 6'4", Juju's 6'1", Deontay is 5'10", and then Ray McLeod. He's more of a special teams guy. But James Washington
not
is
this
5'11".
year though. Not this year though. He actually gonna see the field a lot of receiver because But anyway, look. My biggest thing right here is that I don't think height of receiver matters anymore. You see a team like
it doesn't.
The Patriots are
what
short.
I'm saying is it's perfect for your offense because you guys don't need the tall receivers, slants and curls. You're not looking for jump balls. You're not looking for the deep post route with that 6'6" guy like Megatron. You're throwing that deep post and he's jumping over everybody catching it.
Yeah.
Then slants and curls.
Every single one of our guys are good with the ball in their hand. I mean, let's be honest. Juju's basically a running back. He's a running back. I mean, like when he gets the ball, his best game is with the ball in his hands. Once he catches it, what he does after the catch is usually
exactly.
Yeah, I mean that's our game. So that's but my thing is a guy like Chase Claypool can definitely develop into a jump ball type of receiver. Juju and them can go to fucking Tampa Bay and do a bunch of deep post corner route. I don't think our receiving core is just slants and curl routes because I think when Big Ben's done, it's not gonna be like that at all. I think we're gonna go to a total different offense.
I heard you say Ray McLeod's gonna see the field more this year.
Yeah,
who's he taking over for? Because you got Chase Claypool, James Washington,
look,
Juju,
hold on,
and Deontay Johnson.
No, I'm gonna tell you it's gonna be Chase Claypool because look, so here's the biggest thing.
Hold on. Also, De'Aaron, you do understand the 5 offensive linemen, a quarterback, a running back makes 7, 3 receivers, that's only 10.
Yeah, but you got to think they have Eric Ebron,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Pat Fryer
Tight
move.
end off the field. That
Yeah,
makes
look.
it
Right,
less.
but
Yellow,
still,
yeah.
Chase Claypool
Yellow,
1,
hold on.
Deontay Johnson
Hold on,
2,
Deanna.
Juju 3, James Washington 4.
Hold on, yellow, yeah. No, look. This is what I'm saying. We run a lot of 4 receiver sets, a ton. And James Washington was the guy that kept that. He was. Thing is that I forgot who was our fourth because it was a lot of players where Chase Claypool wasn't on the field. Chase Claypool used to just come in. Yeah, Chase Claypool was the fourth. Chase Claypool has now pretty much jumped to the third, second, really. Sometimes first on certain sets. But my thing is this: look,
Jeffrey, I'm gonna say a number, and if you tell me if it rings true or not. 13. Did you see a lot of 13 on the field?
Yeah, bro, I know James Washington. Like I know my team. Look,
No, I'm saying but you were saying I can't remember his name. So
no, it wasn't James Washington. No. I'm saying it would be 4 receivers. 3 would be James Washington, Deontay Johnson, and Juju. It was a 4th one that used to be out there that wasn't Chase Claypool.
Chase Claypool's number 1 target.
I don't remember his number. No.
You don't remember his number?
No. Chase Claypool ain't the number 1 target. He's a touchdown guy. He's a guy. We're in the red zone. We throw Chase Claypool the ball. Like he's a touchdown magic.
I think it was Anthony Johnson, number 83.
I don't understand how you don't have him as your number 1 target, especially with Juju having a down year like he did.
No, look. Okay. No, I mean because of Deontay Johnson had such an up year as he did. So yeah. So
I just want to point out that they got a tight end on their roster, Zach Gentry. He's not going to see a lot of time, but he's 6'8", 265 pounds playing tight end. That's a big motherfucker.
No, so no. But what I was gonna say is this. So no, because I saw a lot of things where like Juju was saying that hey, this Ray year. Like Ray's a dog this year. Like OTAs, Ray's looking like one of the best receivers on the fucking field right now. It is OTAs, but he's down. You know, OTAs how you get your playing time. So I mean he's dominating right now, but my thing is that look, I mean obviously we're gonna keep going with Juju and Deontay Johnson just led his division in passing yards and he got drops, so he improved the drops. He's gonna look amazing this year. So yeah, I mean I don't know. I think Ray's gonna get his shot all preseason long, and if he does what everyone expects him to do, he's gonna be on the field a lot. You know, he's gonna be on the field every single time for receivers. You know, he might even be out there be out there at the slot sometimes, and they'll have Deontay and Juju out wide, and Chase Claypool will have to work his way in. Which I don't agree with that. I agree with you. I think Chase Claypool should be number 1, but at the same time, Chase Claypool's kind of he's the red zone threat. You know, like once we get in the red zone, get him the ball. You know,
I was just on
3rd and long, just throw Chase Claypool the ball. That's what we did.
Right. I was looking at the Steelers roster, just trying to get familiarity with it, and just to prove Jeffrey's point for the podcast listeners, just to prove Jeffrey's point that it's such a young team. They have 5 total people on their roster, 5 with 10 years of experience. Everybody else has less than 10 years experience on that team. Ben with 18, Joe Hayden has 12, Tyson Alualu, I think that's pronounced 12, Cam Hayward 11, and David DeCastro 10.
No, hold on. I gotta find this. So I was looking at one thing, and it was showing like all the teams, like it was showing like every single team's stars that were under the age of 25 or whatever. Right. Every single one of our players, every single one of our good players that Austin be able to say good. That every person that watches the NFL will be able to say, oh yeah, I mean he's pretty good. We're all under 25. Every single one of them. So I got to go back and find the post.
Football is not like basketball and baseball. A veteran in football is a guy that has 3 years of experience or more.
Oh, I'm not saying that they don't have veterans. I'm just saying their team is young.
Right, but I'm saying, like, experience-wise, the average lifespan of an NFL player is 3 years. So anything 3 years or more is an experienced veteran in the NFL.
Which I understand that. I'm just saying it's just, like, looking at it, it's just crazy. They have a ton of 1 year experience guys. I mean, a ton.
Okay, yeah. I love we talking about Steelers because I have a million Steelers posts I want to show y'all. So look, so DK Metcalf, a top receiver in the league, top 5 people eyes. So he had 58 receptions, 900 yards, and 7 touchdowns. Was this his? I don't know what year this was. This might have been this year or his rookie year. And Chase Claypool rookie season 62 catches for 800. So he had 4 more catches, but he had less yards. He had like 23 less yards. He had 873 yards and 9 total touchdowns. So yeah, I mean that's looking good. But hold on, I'm trying to find the where it was like under 20, like all under 25, and it was literally like every single player you would say it's actually good on the team was all under 25. Besides like maybe like you obviously you have your we have a few guys obviously over that's pretty good too. Okay. Here it is. It says notable Steelers 25 years old or younger: Juju, Devin Bush, Minka Fitzpatrick, Chase Claypool, and Deontay Johnson. Every single guy just named is the top guy on our team, one of the best guys on our team, and yeah. So, and they're all young. The only real like guys that you would say is T.J. Watt and Big Ben, but yeah. So yeah. Our team is that young now. All of our stars are under the age of 25.
Yeah, I think that was his rookie year that they was showing Jeffrey because last year DK finished with 1303 and 10 touchdowns.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure I was rookie year. I saw a lot of things. I saw a lot of things comparing Chase to his rookie year and stuff like that, saying like because everyone was all over DK his rookie year and then Chase come out with even better. But it's just bro, it's the team you play for, bro. If you play for a team that has no hate to them, cause like bro, the Cowboys, fuck what's his name? Micah Parsons come out and have one of the best fucking rookie seasons from a linebacker ever. Everyone's they're gonna overlook it. I mean, he's pretty good, but yeah, he's not gonna do nothing. But then a guy come out with not as good with fewer numbers, but very similar, but play for the Bengals or play for the Seahawks or the Packers, and oh my God, this linebacker, he's up next. He's gonna be a future star. That's just what I hate. It's like that.
And they never like any player that ever steps foot on our field. Don't put us in that category.
No, I mean, because the thing I say a lot about the Bengals is guys come there just to leave and get better when they leave. That's the thing I see. But I mean, there's been several guys on the Bengals who have came out and were actually good.
Like I was about to say, Jeffrey, the only thing that combats that that you were saying, like if they play for them and them they look better. Like T. Higgins, who was also a rookie, had 67 catches, where Chase Claypool had 62, so that's 5 more catches. T. Higgins had 908 yards. Chase Claypool had 873.
No, but T. Higgins is one of the best rookies to ever step foot on the fucking field to everybody else. Like I've been seeing nothing but T. Higgins is amazing, and I agree with that. I think T. Higgins is good. No, I'm saying all over my Twitter is T. Higgins is great. T. Higgins is great. People were saying T. Higgins is better than CD and Jerry Jeudy and all these guys, right? Do I agree with that? Hell yeah. I think T. Higgins was one of the biggest steals of the draft. But, Chase Claypool gets no love. You know what I mean? Like, bro, he's playing for a quarterback that can't really throw the ball at all. And T. Higgins was in the same suit. He was playing for a backup quarterback. And they still had amazing rookie seasons.
Another thing that probably people are saying that about is Tyler Boyd finished with 841 yards, so T. Higgins led the team in receiving yards. Deontay led the team in receiving yards last year. Chase Claypool was in second. That's probably I'm not saying that's another thing, but I'm saying that's probably another thing. He finished 1 on his team.
But T. Higgins wasn't fighting for a spot. T. Higgins had his spot the whole year.
I know.
Bro, Chase Claypool, like, when there was 2 receivers out there, T. Higgins was one of them. When it was 3, he was one of them. When it was 4, he was one of them. Chase Claypool, when it was 2, he was not on the field. When it was 3, maybe. When it was 4, maybe.
Right.
So
I agree.
That's what I'm saying. So if Chase Claypool would have came out the gates in week 3, we would have made him number 1 option. I think he would have a better season. But to me, for him to have an amazing rookie season as he did, and to not be the number 1 option or number 2 option at that, and have the season he did, looks tough. But also, like I said, he's a red zone. Like he just like last season, he was just our red zone guy. We're in the red zone, we throw him the ball. That you said we don't do jump balls. That was the guy we did jump balls to in the red zone.
Right. But what I was like, if you line up T. Higgins and Chase Claypool's stats, it's literally like looking in a mirror. Like 67, 62, 908, 873. That's like a 30-yard difference. 6 touchdowns, 9 touchdowns, 20 plus yard receptions, 14, 40, 2. Longest Chase was 84, whereas T was 67. That's where that's where it starts differentiating. First down receptions 52, 41. First down percentage 77, 66. Like literally, like they're pretty much like almost the same. Like literally just a couple difference. And that's where I'm saying Jeffrey's proven his point is because T. Higgins always on the field, Chase Claypool not always on the field, and their stats are literally pretty much the same. Exactly, just a couple numbers here and there. Like I said, 5 and then 30.
Him
3.
Him being the first, second option game by game is the difference in the stats, for his side,
Exactly.
So yeah.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying you're proving your point because, like you said, he's the third, fourth option, whereas he was the second option, and their stats are pretty much the same.
Right.
But if he was the second option, it would be skyrocketing.
True. So yeah. So I think I think we have potential to be really good. I'm not saying this season, but I think in the next 2 years, 2-3 years, like 2-3 years from right now, I think it'll still be a top team in the league once again.
Well, I looked at targets, which you can't really count targets because if it's thrown over their head, it still counts as a target. But Claypool had 109, T. Higgins had 107, so they had about the same targets. That's probably why they had about the same stats. So let's look at this year where they're both pretty much the number. Well, I would say T is maybe the number 2. He might even drop down to the number 3 with them drafting Jamar Hayes with such high hopes and stuff with the fifth overall pick.
So no. They're going to be in the same boat this season, pretty much.
Right.
Like,
so
actually, it just depends. It just depends because if Chase Claypool comes out, and the same dude to Higgins, if they both come out just as hot this season as they were their rookie years, they might bump up to 2 or 1. You know what I mean? Because
yeah. So that's what I'm saying. Let's look at this year and then start comparing them because they literally they're about the same as last year. But the one person saw more playing.
To me, I never compared them to. The thing I was saying is that these are 2 guys who were super underrated and were big steals in the draft. But guys like Jerry Jeudy, CeeDee Lamb, who were drafted way over them, they're young. But you look at these guys, like, bro, they both had amazing seasons, and they're just as young, and they were projected to be 10 times worse than these guys, and they were still good. But the teams they play for make them get overlooked.
All right, you guys ready to switch over to the NBA?
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, I was about to tell you guys that I was about to hop off here for getting. I'll text you guys the real reason. I'm not gonna say it on mine, but I'll text you guys.
All right.
I'll talk to y'all later.
I bet. No, but yeah, I'll say you like what topics you gonna bring up?
Okay, so what I want to bring up is let's everybody. Well, there's only 2 of us left now. Everybody else bounced, but let's everybody take a round of applause. Hand clap. Tyronn Lue, give him a round of applause. This man had the deck stacked against him, came out there with a superstar down, and really put on a fucking coaching display. I got to give it up for Ty Lue. That was a big Game 6 win. Game 5 win? Yeah, Game 5 win for the Clippers. That's a big fucking win. I got to give it. Marcus Morris stepped up.
Yeah, to me, the biggest guy was Terrence Mann. At the end, he was putting the finishing touches on the game. Number 14, Terrence Mann.
Yes, Terrence Mann had a big game. Yes.
Yeah, a lot of guys came in and just had huge moments. And yeah, I mean, but from a championship team, but to me, the Jazz did that all year. Mike Conley and Donovan Mitchell both battling injuries the whole entire season, and they still were the number 1 team in the West. So yeah, I mean that's respecting like the Suns. The Suns, Chris Paul just went down with COVID, and they figured out his shoulder's a little worse than they thought originally. But I mean, so he's out indefinitely. So if the Suns team is really a championship team, Devin Booker could step up. Cameron Payne could come in and play huge. Jay Crowder could pick up a little more scoring. If this is really a championship team, then they'll be fine. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, that's respect from championship teams is that when 1 or 2, when this guy get hurt, you're still fine.
Right. Yeah, I just like that was just it was a smart move. Terrence Mann, he pushed that button. He put him in the starting lineup the other night, and Terrence Mann came out and really stepped up in that game.
Man, Terrence Mann is a guy I've been high on since he was in college. I knew when he came in the league he was going to dominate. Like I knew it. I've been watching since he was in high school.
Yeah, reigning defending defensive player of the year, just threw that sumbitch down, just fucking
for the N1,
in front of God and everybody. But this is the thing with Utah is how do you lose that game? You cannot. That's a game. You're at home. They're missing their best player, and you can't walk away with a win. Donovan Mitchell in that second half, basically, he left the building.
Yeah.
He was 1 for 6 in the third quarter, and I think what they said he scored 10 points in the second half total, if that.
No, no. Second half, it got to be the Sixers. Sixers were blowing out the Hawks the whole entire game, and then literally 2 guys scored at all in the second half. And all the guys that were on the floor, only 2 guys were able to put buckets on.
No, we'll jump to that game. I'm talking about in that Utah Clippers game, Donovan Mitchell checked out in that second half.
Yeah.
The Utah Jazz went 3 for 24 behind the 3-point line in the second half. They couldn't buy a bucket.
Basketball is all about momentum. Like literally, if you have the momentum, then you're rolling, and that the Clippers had momentum since the jump because I think the Utah Jazz thought, okay, Kawhi's down, we're gonna come on here, we're just gonna steamroll them, and they came out more calm, collected because one star down, we can come out to play our brand of basketball. But the Clippers were coming out with a chip on their shoulder. Yeah, Kawhi's hurt, but we still got Paul George. We got all these pieces. We're still good, and they were coming out hungry and ready, and they just put their foot on their throat and they just turned up, especially in the second half. They had all the momentum from the jump of the second half, and they were able to just wipe them with the floor the whole second half.
Yeah, Paul George came out. He had a great game. All respect to Paul George. Marcus Morris had a great game. Yeah. Everybody really, there was not a player on that Clippers team that had a bad game, and that's huge, especially when you're missing your best player.
Yeah, you need that. Everybody has to step up. Everybody has to bring to the table what he brought by himself. What I mean? So, yeah.
Marcus Morris, I do give a shout out to him because he had a great game. And then you switch over.
You remember that? That's what I said on the last pod. Well, I don't know if it was a podcast. I'm pretty sure that's what I said when we were talking. I was like, with Kawhi being out, the biggest step up got to be. I forgot. You were saying Paul George got to step up and Patrick Beverly. I was like, no. To me, I think Marcus Morris got to step up because he's the same position as Kawhi. So he has to come in and basically give the team Kawhi 2.0 so the team can still be rolling. And I mean, he did his best ability at that. And yeah, they got the win.
Yeah, and fucking Reggie Jackson too with a great game, 22 points.
Yeah, oh yeah. Reggie Jackson is that piece. A lot of people keep saying Rondo, but to me, no. Reggie Jackson has been a piece of that team that changed them from last season. It's been Reggie Jackson instead of what's his name? The sixth man of the year last year. Not last year. That was Harold.
Lou Will.
Yeah. Instead of Lou Will. Was a big upgrade because, I mean, Lil Will was literally get out of my way, I'm trying to ISO and just score. Reggie Jackson, and he's a hype man. He's getting buckets. He's turning the team up. He makes big shots and big moments. And, yeah, I mean, he's been a difference maker for the team.
Here's the biggest problem that I think I have with Utah is I understand you want Jordan Clarkson to come off the bench and you want him to be that scorer in that second unit, but he needs to be starting because – Donovan Mitchell should not be taking the ball down the floor.
Yeah, Donovan Mitchell's not good off ball, Austin. He's a 6'1" shooting guard. He's literally Donovan Mitchell's game is with the ball. He's not a spot up shooter. No, Donovan Mitchell is a guy. He's basically he's kind of like James Harden. I mean, James Harden, we see he's not that good without the ball because we saw what he did. Not last game, but the game before. James Harden was off. That's because he was off ball the whole game. That's how Donovan Mitchell is. So Donovan Mitchell had, to me, Mike Conley getting hurt was the best thing for them in the regular season because Donovan Mitchell got the give me the range. I'm the point guard. I got the ball in my hand. I'm 6'1", bro. I need to be point guard anyway. He's like Allen Iverson. Allen Iverson wasn't good without the ball in his hand.
Right. I'm saying there's a difference between being the point guard or having the ball in your hands and setting up the plays.
Yeah.
Like, Donovan Mitchell is he can get open off of playmaking, and he's an ISO player. But Jordan Clarkson needs to be on the floor more to come down the floor and set up the offense to run their plays.
No, I don't think you know Jordan Clarkson is literally Lou Will 2.0. He's out there. He can spot up. He's a great spot up. Jordan Clarkson gets 90% of his buckets from catch and shoots. That's his game is catch and shooting. So he's a great spot up, and when he does get the ball, it's score mindset. He don't really got a playmaking mindset to him that much. When I watch Utah Jazz play against the Lakers, when it was basically everybody was hurt. Donovan Mitchell and Mike Conley were both hurt, and then LeBron and Anthony Davis were both hurt. And I'm pretty sure went to overtime. The Lakers wound up coming out with a win. But still, Jordan Clarkson.
And also what hurts Utah is they have no depth.
Yeah,
it's really a 6-man rotation. Because everybody besides Jordan Clarkson on the bench hasn't played less than 10 minutes the other night.
Yeah, to me, my biggest thing about Utah is that, I mean, I love Mike Conley getting hurt because I think it made Donovan Mitchell better, but it makes the team worse because now they don't have a playmaker. Both of the guards that they have are both scoring. They're scorers, So they don't get the team involved. They don't. Their job is to score the basketball. So yeah, the plays when the play called for them to score, that's when they do the thing. But whenever Donovan Mitchell has to worry about getting the ball to everybody else, the offense is a little worse. But when his job is just get buckets, the offense is 10 times better. And that's why Jordan Clarkson comes off the bench because him and Donovan Mitchell both are on the court do the same exact thing on the court. So that's why he became a 6-man. That's why he's 6-man of the year. So yeah. Them losing their playmaker hurt them a lot, So
Right. All right, so switching the games to Atlanta, and probably the biggest collapse in NBA playoff history. You're up, what, 20?
Oh,
What are they
yeah.
up, 21?
yeah, I believe so. I believe they're up 21.
And you lose by 3.
Yeah.
Now, look, here's what I got to say. And, Jeffrey, you might think I'm crazy for this, but I'm not – I have no hate towards Ben Simmons. No hate whatsoever. But 2 things, okay? You cannot be the starting point guard and one of the best players on your team and only attempt 4 shots the entire game.
Right.
And
yeah.
2, you have to make free throws if you want to play in the fourth quarter. You have to.
Right. In close games, yeah.
And period. Like, he was one of the biggest reasons that they started chipping away at that, because you foul him, he misses 2. You come down and make a 3, they get no points, and you're slowly itching away at that lead.
No, yeah. I think the biggest thing is that I wouldn't just say Ben Simmons was a problem. Him barely shooting the ball was a big problem.
He wasn't the only problem.
His free throw shooting hurt a lot. And I mean, that's what hurts Milwaukee is that if Giannis was a 90% free throw shooter, that they'll be up in the series right now because fouling him was the way they play too. But my biggest thing is that, like, the rest of the team, like Tobias Harris shit the bed, everybody else around them, okay. It's basically what happened to the Lakers. Both the teams I want to see in the finals, same shit's happening to them. The surrounding core isn't really doing what they were expected to do because Doc Rivers built the team. I mean, without the 76ers is built for Ben Simmons to attack the rack, for Joel Embiid to get his post looks, and then when they collapse the paint, you have all the shooters around them. When all these other pieces aren't doing what they're supposed to be doing, and when they're not defending the way they're supposed to defend, it looks bad. I'm pretty sure I saw something where only two players scored in the second half, the whole entire second half for the 76ers.
Mm-hmm. Here's 3 things that if I'm Doc Rivers, I'm implementing in tomorrow night's game. Or is it tonight? It's tonight. In tonight's game, here's the 3 things that I'm putting in for this game in Atlanta. What I'm doing is, 1, Joel Embiid is going to have restricted minutes in the first half because when it comes down to the second half, he's fucking gassed. He can't make it.
Yeah, did you see what Clint Capella literally said? Joel Embiid is tough, but as soon as you wear him down, then it's easy to play against. Yeah, so yeah.
Like Joel Embiid, I'd have him play like the first 3 or 4 minutes of the first quarter, and then I'd have his ass sit until like 6-7 minutes to go until halftime. He is. I'm resting him the entire. That way, in the entire
he was like
half, he's fresh.
He was like he was like 6 for 8 or something like that in the first half, but then he was like 0 for 14 in the second.
Yeah,
or like 1 for 14 or something like that.
Yeah, no, he finished the game with 37 points, but he didn't score for the last 7 minutes of the game because he was tired.
Yeah, I know. I'm saying I saw something like his percentage in the second half was ass because he was wore out.
So 1, he's playing restricted. Dwight Howard's playing a lot more in the first half than in the second half, and Joel Embiid's going to sit for a while. 2, Tyrese Maxey's got to play more than 1 minute. How do you only play him 1 minute in a game 5 game? Tyrese Maxey's one of the best young players in the NBA right now, and you didn't let him play, especially with Ben Simmons struggling. You're telling me Tyrese Maxey doesn't play at all?
Yeah.
I don't buy that at all. And then 3, the last 5 minutes of the game, if we're close, I'm going to implement the offense-defense rule where Ben Simmons, when we're on offense, is going to be on the bench, and then when we're on defense, he's going to be checked in to play defense.
Right.
That's the 3 things that Doc Rivers has got to implement in tonight to have them have a chance. Ben Simmons is a good player. I like Ben Simmons, but if you're in your own head, it's hard to get out of your own head. I know he can do it. He can make free throws, but once he's already started this path, it's going to take a while for him to get out, and you don't have time. You don't have a buffer game. If you lose, you're going home. You have to take him out on offense when you're in late in the game.
Yeah, facts.
Now, put him back in on defense because that's 6'10". He's a good defender. But when you're on offense, you have to take him out of the game.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Once again, I love 76. I love the team. I love the roster. But yeah, I mean, biggest thing is that they're going against a team that does have depth. That that shoots the ball extremely well. That's a 3-point shooting team, and they got defenders too. Like they're defensive minded. Clint Capella's on the field, on the court just to play defense. He can care he can care less about scoring the ball. Clint Capella's best, he's smiling in the locker room with 20 rebounds, 5 blocks, 3 steals, 0 points. Right. He's happy with what he just put out there. When you got guys like Joel Embiid who's going to be walking to the locker room moping if they score 0, Clint Capella's walking with his head held high, because he just went out there and played defense. So, so I like Atlanta's definitely a very underrated team, and I think they could potentially beat out, the 76ers. But to me, that they're just going to lose the next round. So yeah, but at the time, I think the 76ers, like you said, if they get their head on straight, they get their game plan figured out right the fuck now, and they go ahead and they sweep these next 2 games, and they go on and they keep the game plan they got, I think they can go to the championship. But it's just if they can find the game plan and if they can get everything clicking.
Right. Now, shout out to Trae Young. He had a great game. But it was kind of even. I mean, John Collins had a really quietly good game. 19 and 11 from 7 of 12 from the floor. I mean, he had a good game the other night.
Yeah, facts. Yeah.
Because 19-11 for John Collins.
Yeah. Scary. John Collins, that's what he does. John, they have offensive superstars, and John Collins is a great defender. You got DeAndre Hunter. He can knock down threes, and he's a good defender. Yeah, I mean, they got all over the place. I mean,
but it's just, for me, when Seth Curry is putting up 36 points and 7 rebounds and you lose that game, there's a lot of problems you need to look at. He played the best game of his entire life, and they lost.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, it just got, once again, Ben Simmons can't shoot as little shots as he shot. But at the same time, like I said, Clint Capella, Joel Embiid isn't having it. I mean, Joel Embiid's fighting for every fucking bucket. He's wearing himself out against Clint Capella in the paint. And it's tough. Ben Simmons, what can Ben Simmons do? The only thing Ben Simmons can do driving on Clint Capella is get to the foul line, and he's not good there. So
the only thing.
So that's why he shoots so little shots, is that he's only good. Technically, if you watch all the games they won, Ben Simmons was good on the fast break. And Ben Simmons if they're able to get stops and get on the fast break, and Ben Simmons is able to get 20-something points, or maybe 18 points in fast break buckets, then they're doing just fine. But in the half-court game, Ben Simmons, the only thing he can do is drive and kick. But when he's driving, they're expecting a kick. And also, the Hawks, they don't collapse when he drives, because they have so much faith in Clint Capella to stop him, or at least foul him.
That's the thing, right? That's what I'm saying. If you know how this series would be so much different if Ben Simmons was a better free throw shooter, because what you could do. What is Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid good at? Getting to the bucket. Why not attack Clint Capella and getting fouled out early, so that way later in the game he's not there.
Exactly. Yeah. I was just thinking. I was like, bro, that's the only way. Is Joel Embiid doing his head fakes? Doing all his fakes. Get Clint Capella. Maybe 2 fouls. They take him out in the first quarter. He come back out second quarter. Ben Simmons damn near plays every fucking minute of games. And if Ben Simmons is just attack, we know you might go 1 for fucking 7, but every single one of those fouls that you just got is putting more on him, and then in the fourth quarter he maybe had 5 fouls and they set him the whole entire third, and now they're putting him out there on the fourth quarter. Ben said, bro, drive to the paint with your head down, just go. We don't care if you miss free throws, just go. Attack it, get his 6th foul real quick. And I mean, they do that, then if they go to overtime, they're gonna wipe the floor with them overtime, because there's nobody that can stop both of them in the paint.
Right, and he's getting the calls. Clint Capella finished last night with 5 fouls. He was 1 away from being DQ'd.
Right.
I mean, they got the game plan. But it's Ben Simmons only making 4 free throws. That's what hurt them. If he makes more free throws, can attack Clint, getting fouled out.
If Ben Simmons was a 67% free throw shooter, it'd be a total different series.
And now you're facing either Onyeka Okongwu, Danilo Gallinari, or
John Collins,
or one of the, or what? Or John Collins.
Yeah, it'd be John Collins.
Joel Embiid. And I like Onyeka, but he's not ready to face Joel Embiid yet. He's too young.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's my game plan, but that also relies on Ben Simmons making the free throws.
But at the same time, it doesn't. You had the right mindset. If they start early, if in the first quarter Ben Simmons goes 1 for 7 in the first quarter, but Clint Capella walks out the first quarter with 3 to 4 fouls, that's a big dub, even though he missed all the fucking free throw attempts. So then late, third quarter, he might get out there for a little bit. He picks up his 1 foul, put him on the bench, and he's 1 or 2 fouls away. Ben Simmons just attack him. Go the whole fourth quarter. As soon as Clint Capella gets on the floor, just attack him the whole fucking time. Get him out of there, and then Ben Simmons can attack with ease, and he's gonna get and 1. So at least he's getting 2 points. He might not make that free throw, but he got 2 points on it.
All right, and then let's switch over to our last basketball game to talk about in the last few days. You got Milwaukee picking up a big Game 6 win against Brooklyn. Kevin Durant still had a good night, 32 and 11, but nobody else really had that great of a night, and that's what really hurt Brooklyn, man. I mean, Blake Griffin, 12 points. James Harden had 16, but that's still not the same.
We said it since day one. Look, it's tough that they have no depth because James Harden dealing with injuries. So he's out there battling. Blake Griffin's out of his prime, even though he seems like he's getting back in it. He's not the old Blake Griffin. DeAndre Jordan's hurt. Now Kyrie is hurt. Spencer Dinwiddie's been hurt all year. So the only guy coming off the bench that everyone was hopeful for when Spencer Dinwiddie got hurt was Nicholas Claxton. I mean, and then when DeAndre Jordan gets hurt, he has to move to the starting lineup. But now they still keep him on the bench because they have him play as a 6 man, and they just have Blake Griffin technically play at 5 or whatever. No, but still, I don't know, their depth really hurts, and with Kyrie's injury, it hurts even more. And then with James Harden playing at 50% and giving 16 instead of the 32 that he's playing half as good as you expect him to play, KD has to step up. We saw he stepped up in what was that game? Yeah, he stepped up in Game 5, and everyone was calling him, saying he's better than LeBron and all this. And he comes out, still had a pretty decent game, but it just showed that KD has to get 50 every single game to win this series. And to me, I don't know. I think Milwaukee could capitalize right now, win Game 7, and then we can see them, especially if Atlanta comes out and beats 76ers. This is probably going to be one of the most boring Eastern Conference Finals since the Toronto Celtics one. It's going to be one of the most boring ones we've seen since that one in 2019.
Yeah.
No, it was 76ers Toronto. Yeah, but anyway, because it was LeBron wasn't in it or nothing like that. Nobody was really hyped about it. But yeah, so not seeing KD and James and Kyrie in it, just Giannis and then Trae Young. You know what I mean? It's going to be like.
And then what's crazy is if this keeps trending, it looks like our Western Conference and Eastern Conference Finals, it looks like it's going to be the Clippers. Well, I mean, Utah can still battle back. That's still up in the air, but we'll just say whoever's leading at the point. Clippers, Suns, and on the East, Milwaukee and Atlanta. And that could be the craziest conference finals of, all time.
No, here's the thing. Go ahead. Finish what you were saying. I'll say what I was
saying. No, you're good.
Oh, no. I was gonna say the finals is gonna be so weird, because I think Giannis will shut up a lot of people if he say, okay, let's say Giannis them go and Giannis wins a ring, but everyone's gonna say discount ring. You know what I mean? Because LeBron them injuries, Kyrie's injury, Chris Paul's sickness, Kawhi's injury. All these things because I mean, let's say the Chris Paul can't play West Conference Finals. Who wins? The Clippers. If Chris Paul's not out there, I would say the Clippers win.
This really, honestly, 100%, no cap. This is Giannis's chance to win a championship. He has the best chance.
Now, will it be a discount ring? Hell yeah. But also now my team, my favorite player has a chance if he can get his fucking shit together. Ben Simmons gets his shit together. He can have a ring on his finger. Even if the 76ers never make the playoffs ever again after this year, he has a chance as well. It's wide open for the teams that we thought, because going into the playoffs, Nets, Lakers, and then Lakers got injuries going on. The Nets got injuries going on. So now it's wide open. The Jazz can get a ring. Donovan Mitchell can get a ring in his third year, second, third year in the league.
Anybody left can get a championship. There's not really one super dog, because even if Brooklyn survives, they still are weak, and they could still be taken out by any other team.
Yeah,
coming up.
Atlanta could fuck around and take them out because Atlanta's coming out there with depth and defense and shooting that they can maybe hold them to 7 and maybe sneak out. Trae Young has the craziest game in his career.
If Chris Paul can get back healthy, we could potentially see an Atlanta Hawks versus Phoenix Suns NBA Finals.
Yeah.
And we can see either Trae Young or Devin Booker and Chris Paul get their first rings.
Yeah.
I'm excited. Like, this is exciting.
My biggest thing is to me, the best case scenario, I will feel the best if the 76ers win a ring. I would feel amazing for every single player on the team to get a ring. Seth Curry get a ring. I'll be so hyped. But at the same time, the one I would probably hate the most is the Nets, obviously. But at the same time, I'll feel bad for Giannis if he does win it, because I mean, obviously it's good. You won a championship, that's lit. But everybody's gonna be like discount ring, discount ring, discount ring, discount ring. For me, I really, 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 really hope that Phoenix can win it, because I want Chris Paul to like. Same thing with Chris Paul though. Discount ring, discount ring, discount ring. So like,
I mean, but I'm saying.
Yeah.
Could you say that? I feel like that's different, because I feel like if Giannis wins it or if KD wins it, they're saying discount ring. But I feel like with Chris Paul coming into the Phoenix Suns, who have never been good, haven't been good in years, he takes a young team that didn't even make the playoffs,
but still
they make it to the finals after all that injury he's battled. I feel like you could give Chris Paul that.
No, I'm not gonna lie. Also, everybody heard talk about the Phoenix Suns. You the only one talk about Chris Paul. Everyone else saying like this is like what Devin Booker is doing is so amazing. Like to me, Devin Booker's difference maker. Chris Paul came in and he helped Devin Booker change his game. So Chris Paul didn't come in putting up points. Like his addition. I mean, fucking Rondo could have came and it would have made Devin Booker better. So it's like his addition helped a young star become the superstar he's supposed to be. You know what I mean? So
that's what I'm saying.
Yes, but I definitely agree. If Chris Paul is healthy, I think the Phoenix Suns have one of the best chances to win it. But yeah, I would feel good for Devin Booker, DeAndre Ayton, all these young guys to get the ring, and then Chris Paul some people say out of prime, but to me I don't think so. But yeah, for him to be at the end of his career and get a ring, that would help a lot of the talks of people say he jump up to number 2 point guard of all time, stuff like that.
Right. Out of all the teams that are left in the NBA playoffs, there's only 2 teams I am praying don't win the championship. I would be upset if they won, and that would be the Clippers or the Nets. That's the only 2 teams.
Yeah.
Everybody else, I hope they win, because
if the 76ers win, I will be ecstatic. I mean, that's what I'm cheering for. But if the Phoenix Suns win, I'll be like, damn, like that's a heartfelt moment for Chris Paul. So I'll be low-key excited if he wins. If the Jazz fuck around and win, I'll be like, what the? If the Hawks win, I'll be like, damn, that's crazy.
Right, and also I'm just thinking of the journey with Chris Paul. You start in New Orleans, a very bad organization. You make it to the playoffs every year, and you keep getting bounced. You go form the big lob city in L.A., but you really don't have that number 2 scorer, because Blake's not really a scorer. DeAndre's not really a scorer on their own. They need your help. So it's kind of really all on you. Then you go to Houston, and it don't work because you're an on-ball guy and James is an on-ball guy. You go to Oklahoma City, and you take a young team to the playoffs, but you had no shot. Then you go to Phoenix, and they knew you were going to be good, but nobody had you picked to win the title. And then at 37, you come out and win an NBA championship. That would be that would be amazing.
Right. Well, yeah, but at the same time, it's like, if he won a championship on any other, like if he didn't win a championship on any of the other teams you named, it would have been more to his career. If he had took that Thunder team where he was the number 1 guy, the best guy on the team, he'd have won with that team, then it would be different. But because he's the number 3 guy on this team, he's just a facilitator right now. He's getting Ayton the ball, get DeAndre Ayton the ball, set up Mikal Bridges and set up Devin Booker to have 40-point games. You know what I mean? So
Chris Paul was never meant to be the number 1 scorer. He was always meant to be the either 2, 3, or 4 guy. Facilitator.
I'm just saying like this ring, when the Phoenix Suns win the ring, 90% of people are going to be are going to be all over Devin Booker and DeAndre Ayton and Chris Paul. Which me and you, obviously, we gonna know, hey, Chris Paul was we gonna be the one Chris Paul changed the game. Chris Paul not on the team, they don't win, but everybody, I don't know about that, Devin Booker 40 points. But to me, he gets that because Chris Paul sets him up. You know what I mean? But yeah, so, but at the same time, if Chris Paul doesn't play, I mean, look, my thing, if the Clippers or the Jazz go up 3-0 or 2-0 and then Chris Paul comes back, I think they still lose, you know what I mean? Like, if Chris Paul doesn't play from game 1, I have the other team.
Yeah.
100%.
It's just it's a crazy time to be a basketball fan right now, and see, like,
No,
man, I really
bro, it
haven't
feels just
seen-
like 2019, bro. I remember 2019. I was like, damn, LeBron's not in the playoffs. Who the fuck I'm gonna cheer for, bro? Like, I mean, the Lakers, because like, because the Lakers haven't made it didn't make it in years, so I always just cheer for LeBron. You know, the Cavs or the Heat. But then since LeBron was on the Lakers, my favorite team, and we didn't make it, I was like, bro, who? And then injuries just kept happening over and over and over in the playoffs. And then, you know, we see Toronto versus Golden State, and then Golden State gets plagued with injuries and stuff like that. So then Toronto wins a ring.
Right.
So it's kind of the same thing as that time, you know?
Right. This is the craziest time, man. There's only two teams I'm rooting against, and everybody else, it's all up for grabs for me.
But at the same time, Austin, you can't really root against the Clippers because, like, I mean, you can, but everyone's gonna root against the Nets because that, you know, the super team. We've been praying on their downfall since day one.
I'm only rooting against the Clippers because of Skip Bayless.
Right? Yeah. No. But my thing is that Kawhi getting another ring shows he's a superstar, even if he's fucking hurt. But but I'm saying, a lot of Paul George slander would stop, and you know I fuck with Paul George, but a lot of that slander would stop. You know, I don't know. I wouldn't be too mad if the Clippers win it. I would, honestly, because obviously they're the Lakers' rival, both in LA. But I wouldn't be as mad as if the Brooklyn Nets win it. I'm gonna be like, yeah, I'm not watching the NBA for a while. Like, it's gonna ruin my hopes and dreams for the NBA if they win it. But if any of these other teams win it, that's gonna make me even more hopeful. Like if the Jazz or the Suns win it, bro, it shows that anything is possible. But the same, I obviously want. It's just crazy.
So tomorrow night is the make or break night because that's Game 7. It's the make or break for the Nets. If Milwaukee can come out and Giannis can actually show the fuck up, we could see the Nets going home, and that would be just icing on the cake.
Facts.
But tonight, I'm really excited for this Atlanta Hawks 76ers game because this game, man, like, it's a home game for the Hawks, and it's hard for Philly. Philly's not really good on the road. They're not the greatest road team. So, I mean, if Trae Young can take out the Knicks and then turn around and take out the number 1 seeded Philadelphia 76ers, we could start talking about Trae Young being a potential NBA champion here soon.
Facts. Yeah. I mean, look, with you know, because if this Atlanta Hawks team, they're as good as what they're putting out there, I'll put them on the same category as Boston Celtics, a piece away from championship. You know, because I know, Boston got knocked in the first round, but they went against a healthy. They went against a big 3 that was healthy, and so that was tough.
You know who like is coming up at the end of his deal that could be potential signing for Atlanta because like that could be a destination. You know what I mean? If you're a superstar, if you're somebody like
they got money too because they don't got Trae Young on rookie contract. So they're gonna have to pay him, but like all their stars are young, and they paid Clint, but they didn't pay him no max or nothing crazy like that. Right. So they got money.
For me, if I'm a wing scorer and my contract's up and I play for a bad team, Atlanta would be at the top of my destination because they need a wing scorer that can play off ball and be that number 2 guy behind Trae Young.
Facts.
Like. If I'm maybe a Bradley Beal, that'd be a big addition for them.
Facts,
maybe a Jonathan Isaac, or Zach LaVine. Zach LaVine's contract's coming up soon.
Yeah, those would be big pieces that they go there. I mean, it'll put the team over the top. But to me, the Celtics in the same boat, bro. Like, and both of the teams we talk about, they're young. You know, they're going to be a championship contender for years, unless injuries and stuff like that plague these star players. So yeah, but what I was talking to my dad about in the car is that the NBA is in amazing hands right now with guys like Luka Doncic, Jason Tatum, Donovan Mitchell, Devin Booker, Zion Williamson, Trae Young. There are just so many. Zach LaVine's even kind of younger. You know, there's so many young stars that are like. I mean, LaMelo Ball, Rookie of the Year, by the way. He won Rookie of the Year. Like, I told you, I said, even though he got hurt, he's still going to win. Some people saying snub. The only thing that Anthony Edwards beat LaMelo in was points per game. Everything else, even percentages around the court, LaMelo was better
I have
at.
a question for you, Jeffrey. What did you think about James Wiseman not making either first or second team rookie?
I mean, I kind of expected it with like, because he honestly was dealing with injuries a little bit. He was getting, I mean, the whole Warriors team was dealing with injuries, and I mean things like that.
I'm just saying the number 1 draft pick and you don't, or sorry, the number 2 draft pick and you don't make the first or second team all rookie.
Yeah, you know. But to me, the reason he did it is because a lot of guys shocked everybody. Isaac Okoro came out, shocked a lot of people, like I said he was gonna do. Sadiq Bey came out, shocked a lot of people, like I said, bro. I told you Sadiq Bey was gonna be a dog. I said it since day one. You talking about Tyrese Halliburton? He came out, he shocked a lot of people. I said yeah. A lot of people hate on Anthony Edwards, but I think Anthony Edwards is that guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you know who else showed the fuck up that I was not expecting and made the first team all rookie, and that's Jayshawn Tate for Houston.
Yeah, you know, no. My thing is that, okay, I don't know who he was because he was undrafted. But once I saw him play, I was already top rookie. I knew it from day one he was gonna. But the thing is, he's older than every single rookie. I think he's like 26 or 27. So he's up there in age as a rookie, but at the same time, I mean, this still was rookie season. He was a top rookie in the league. But
yeah, I mean, we have some definite up and comers that can make a definite change.
Yeah, and bro, this draft class is where it's at, bro. I can look. Cade Cunningham is gonna change whatever team you play for. I swear on my life he is. Jalen Green is gonna change a lot of shit. Jonathan Kuminga, Scotty Barnes, and Jalen Suggs can even come in and change teams fully. Jaden Springer is really good. You got a lot of guys. You got Evan Mobley. He's gonna come in. He's gonna change team. Isaiah Jackson from Kentucky could change. I'm not saying he's gonna come in and be a first option, but Isaiah Jackson could come in and defend. He could do what Clint Capella's doing. He can come in, defend the rim, catch some lobs, and be that piece that takes you from being a damn good team to the best team in the NBA. So
what did you think about Cole Anthony not making any first or second team all rookies?
I mean, yeah, I personally didn't like that because I've been watching Cole Anthony even before he went to Oak Hill Academy. So I've been following him. I'm a big fan of him. But at the same time, he didn't really get his nod, get a full nod until the end of the season once everyone got traded. Once Vucevic was gone and Aaron Gordon, then he got his shot when the rest of these guys really came out the gates firing. So I think that's what held him back. But
right.
But yes, but at the same time, I mean, his numbers don't lie. He had like 12. He almost had 13 points per game. You know, it was pretty solid for a rookie. So I mean, I don't like it, but at the same time, there's only it's not like there's 3 rookie teams, because if there was, then James Wiseman, Cole Anthony, be several more guys that'd be on that list.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah, you called it Sadiq Bey.
Yeah, I called Sadiq, bro. I said Sadiq Bey was the best 3-point shooter and defender in college basketball for Villanova. I said he's gonna come in. And I was like, he's gonna change the game. And I knew Isaiah Stewart was going to be a dog. And they both went to the same.
Isaac Okoro, you called that?
Yeah, bro. I told you that both of the Isaiah Stewart and Sadiq Bey were going to be better than the 7th overall pick. What's his name? I forgot his name. From France. Killian Hayes. I said both of them were going to be better than him. And they both were. Obviously, Killian Hayes fell off the face of the earth. Dennis Smith Jr. took his spot. So it's like, yeah, I don't know. It's just crazy. Like, I have big faith, but also I don't have faith too many. Every single rookie I pretty much have faith in really shows something. But I said James Wiseman will be really good in his role, and I mean he was, but I mean the team was just plagued. Like the Warriors were just plagued with injuries and everything. They were just in a bad. All the good teams this year were plagued with stuff.
Yeah.
So it's not.
Cole Anthony got 1 first team vote and didn't even make the teams. Yeah, that's crazy.
So stupid. But also another dumb thing is that how in the hell is the Lakers the best defensive #1 in rating for best defensive team in the NBA, but not one player on all defensive team?
Yeah, that's crazy.
That didn't make sense because Caruso's a good defender, LeBron's a good defender, Anthony Davis a good defender. We were #1 in team defense, and not one player made it first or second. So
right.
So
tonight
dumb.
We got 2 big games though. We got the Clippers and we got Utah, and then we got Atlanta.
Yeah. So
and Atlanta and Philly.
Yeah. So if Atlanta comes out and wins tonight, Philly going home. That's good. I'm gonna be pissed. But I'm gonna be happy for Trae Young. I'm gonna be happy for him. So it's
Right.
gonna go both ways. But hold on, wait. Is it 3-2 right now for LA and Utah, or is it
Yes.
2-2?
If the Clippers win tonight, they move on. If they lose, then they go to Game 7.
Yeah. So both potentially both number one overall. I mean, both number one seeds can go home tonight.
Yes, correct. That's a crazy world we live in.
I
right
want.
now.
Nah, never mind. Me, I like saying end the series games. I would hate if I mean, I would say I want Utah and I want Philadelphia to win, but I don't want to have to wait 2 more days to see the Game 7 and see who actually wins. But obviously, I guess that's what I got to do because I want Utah to win and I want Philadelphia to bounce back and win. But I want to see Giannis and the Bucks win Game 7. So I'm praying for that. Well, hold on, you cutting out, Austin, if you're talking.
See, now, hello, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right. So if I am the Phoenix Suns, I am rooting my ass off for the Utah Jazz tonight because I need as many fucking days as I possibly can to get Chris Paul back healthy.
Yeah. Facts.
So I know the Phoenix Suns are rooting for the Jazz tonight, but the crazy thing is both 1 seeds are on the road. They're both on the road and they're both
And
facing
down.
elimination.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is a big
they're
night.
they're
for
both
basketball.
on the road and they're
Tomorrow
both
night.
win or go home. So
tomorrow night's gonna be that shit though. Tomorrow night, Game 7. Let's see how KD does in a Game 7 where he's carrying the.
let's see how Giannis does it, bro. To me, the biggest game is on Giannis. KD can come out there and get his 30-something points, but if Giannis doesn't come out and get no fucking triple-double or get no 40 crazy point game, that he has to get to win a Game 7 against a fucking Kevin Durant and James. Even though, bro, James Harden's injury, James Harden's gonna give 20-something points, 30, even though he's hurt. I promise. Because James Harden knows is win or go home, I gotta play, bro, fuck this injury, I gotta play big. You know what I mean? So Giannis has to outscore 2 stars, so yeah. So Giannis gonna have a humongous game, like what we expected from Paul George is what we gotta expect for Giannis. He gotta have one of the biggest games ever in his whole entire career.
Here we go. To wrap this thing up for today, all right? I'm gonna ask you a few questions. I want your answer on them. All right? You ready?
Yep.
Trae Young for tonight is over under 27.5 points. Do you take the over or the under?
I take over.
Why?
Because obviously your star player is going to play at the top of his game to end out a series.
All right.
Yeah.
So tonight, oh shit, hold on, click the wrong one. Joel Embiid is at 33.5 over under for Joel Embiid.
Shit. Is there no right at?
No, there is no right because you can't have a half a point.
Yeah, I know. It's tough. It's tough because because once again I think the best way to win the game, like you said, is conserving Joel Embiid. Conserving him, he might not be able to get 33 points, but he might be able to come in and get a clutch 20 in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I'll probably say under, but at the same time I want to say over because this is a superstar with his back against the wall and a championship that's easily could be his hanging in the balance. So you would expect for him to get you fucking 50 points.
Right.
So matter of fact, no. I'm gonna say over because he's the only guy on the roster that really can score the ball. And so out of the 2 star players, the big 2 they got, well technically big 3 with Tobias, he's the only one that can find the hoop. So he has to get buckets tonight. So I'm gonna say over. I'm going to say over. He got to get over that.
Last one that I got for that matchup for just the big stars. They got Ben Simmons at 13.5 over or under for Ben Simmons.
Over. He's getting over that.
You think he's scoring more than 13.5?
He's going to have 18 points. He's going to have 18 points and 10 rebounds.
All right. Paul George is at 31.5 over or under.
I said over to Paul George the last time or whatever, and I said over, and it actually was over. 31 over. He gets over that.
All right. You think he's scoring over? All right. tonight. They got Donovan Mitchell at 32.5 points, over or under for Donovan Mitchell.
I keep saying over, so I think I'm just gonna say under on this one.
I mean, you could be right on all of them.
Now, matter of fact, over. I'm gonna go over because once again, like you said, these all-star players. So all of them are gonna have to play at the top of the game, and I think they all will. I think these are some superstars, and they are gonna have to play at the top of the game to end out the series or fucking save their behind. So I think so how much? What you said? 32 what?
32.5.
Yeah, I see him getting about 30, 33 points, 34 points. So over.
All right. Next one, Marcus Morris is at 17.5, over or under for Marcus.
Under.
Morris.
Under. I think.
You don't think Marcus Morris is out here for a big game tonight?
Nah. I think the Utah Jazz is gonna come. I think the Utah Jazz is gonna win it, and yeah. So I think the Utah Jazz is gonna win. I think they'll come out with a game plan to basically shut down all the other guys around Paul George and force Paul George to win the game by himself. So that's why I say Paul George over, but I don't think Marcus Morris will have 17 or more.
All right, so this last one's got a two-part to it. Rudy Gobert is at over/under at 13.5 points and over/under at 13.5 rebounds. Which do you have for each?
I'll probably say over point. Nah, I don't know. No. Okay. Technically, yeah, I'll go over points because I don't think Serge Ibaka and Zubac can stop him with their back against the wall. So I think he might have around 14, 15 points. So it's over 13, and then I'll have to go over with rebounds. I think he gets about the same. I think he dominates the boards every game. So I think he's gonna come out and that's gonna be a difference maker with them.
All right. So who's your prediction? So you say you got Utah going into Game 7. What about Philly and Atlanta?
Game 7s.
Yeah, so you got the one seeds pulling out the road wins tonight. For
hell yeah. I got them both pulling out road wins because I'm cheering for both of them. So I got them both pulling out road wins, and I got them both taking the series. I think these were little hiccups. I think 76ers are gonna figure they shit out, and I think the Utah Jazz are gonna play at the number 1 seed and capitalize on the Kawhi injury.
All right, that sounds good, man. Hopefully, we'll see how it comes out.
Thanks.
Actually, yeah, we'll see how it comes out tonight.
Yeah, it's gonna be lit.
I'm excited, man. Tonight, playoff basketball is in full swing, and it's fucking amazing.
Yeah, bro, with all this injury stuff going, I just love it because it's so wide open. Like every single team, I'm talking every single team. Atlanta, Philadelphia, Brooklyn, Milwaukee, they're all neck and neck for who can go to the championship. And on the other side, LA, Phoenix, like all of them are neck and neck with all the injuries. There's no standout winner right now.
Right.
So that I don't know, that's what makes playoffs. I mean, playoffs was always fun, but this one's really fun. Like, yeah, it's gonna be tough.
All right. I think that'll do it.
All right, yeah.
All right, everybody. Thank you guys for coming out and listening to this episode. We'll be back next Friday with the recap of the first couple games of the Western and Eastern Conference Finals. The next episode, we'll know who's in it and what the series looks like.
So appreciate everybody for tuning in, stopping by.